walk shorty. Street walker shorty, probably dancing falling. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me. Street walker shorty, probably dancing falling. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me. Georgia street walker, fuck the peace offers always. About the money, she ain't wearing cheap, nothing. Ain't no selling these either. Studied Christian sneakers. That is dog Sachi shit this year and ain't safe for nobody. Fuck it all, make it contact for the game. She dropped that ass. Student loans been piling up. Now she just tryna pay them back. That's on the low. That's on the low. Hit it one, two times, then I go. Street walker shorty, probably dancing falling. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me. Street walker shorty, probably dancing falling. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me. Street walker shorty, probably dancing follies. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me. Street walker shorty, probably dancing follies. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me. Shorty wanna fuck on the low. She wanna get these bins, yeah I know. Shorty scandalous, got a man at home. Broke college girl, she put that ass on the pole. Shake that ass like throw this money. She addicted to bands, she want this money. Tired of going home with no money. Wet ass and no money. Fat ass and no money. Now she getting that fast money. Type to cop a C-class money. She gon' shake that ass to get these bands. Street walker shorty, probably dancing falling. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me. Street walker shorty, probably dancing falling. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me. Street walker shorty, probably dancing follies. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me. Street walker shorty, probably dancing follies. She gon' work it all night just to get it for me.
Alright, listen here, baby girl, this Pimp Sachi, you know what I'm saying? If you not getting no money, if you wanna come work, you know what I'm saying? Come talk to Pimp Sachi, you know what I'm saying? If you not getting no money, I get you like 5 bands a week, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit alert, Louis clothes, calling women sisters, Louboutins and Gucci shows. Well, I guess that goes my Louis
Yo,
shows.
what is up? I had way too much energy for somebody who only got 3 hours of sleep. But we happy to be here. We happy to be back. I want you know what? Did our last 2 shows make it up on iTunes yet?
No.
Damn it, Alan. Alright, well, we're gonna get that together.
As of an hour ago, they weren't up.
Okay, so I'm eye rolling if you couldn't see. Anyway, this is episode 139 of the Sneaker Box Podcast. I am your host, the African Caesar.
All hail Caesar, Emperor of Rome, monarch of the Roman Empire, ruler of the world.
You've only been listening to it.
And of course, I'm joined by my right hand man, or my left hand man, Francis 313.
Looking good, Francis. Well rested. Like you've been pitching, not catching.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's always the best position to be in if you're going to just do whatever it is that you're doing.
What? I'm
to
sitting
pitch,
here.
not catch.
Wait, what? This
Well,
is
I want to be
sports?
the pitcher, not catcher.
Huh?
If you were forced to, well, that's probably not the best.
whoa.
What's
either.
wrong with you?
Exactly.
That is the wrong way to start the show today. This is the Sneaker Boss Podcast. With Sneaker Bar Detroit, a part of the Crep Protect family. What's the point of spending all that money on your shoes if you're not going to keep them clean long enough to get your money's worth? practice safe stunting. Go to crepprotect.com and get your shoes some protection. Crep Protect, the only brand that protects you from head to toe. So anyway,
Crap.
yes, shout to Crep. Also, we're trying to, I don't know what's going on Instagram. I think everybody has the same complaint. I don't know. It seems like to me, because they've a lot, like within the last year or two. Yes, if our Instagram had a sound, it would sound like that. But no, they changed up the analytics. And, you know, the show itself has one of those business profiles. And I think they purposely changed the analytics to kind of force people into paying for the promotion.
Oh.
That's what I'm getting at, because we were growing at a steady rate, and then all of a sudden it just like slowed down like to turtle speed. And
Was it something I said?
no, I don't know what it was. It just, as soon as I upgraded or updated the app, you know, a while ago, and they changed the algorithm or whatever it is that they use to function, a lot of people's growth has been stunted because of that. And I think a lot of it has to do, like I said, with them trying to force people into paying for the promotions if you have a business profile. So I don't know. But if you are feeling charitable, make sure, or benevolent, make sure to follow us on Instagram at @thesneakerbox_podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at @thesneakerbox_, and you can follow us on Facebook by simply looking up the Sneakerbox podcast page. And if you'd like to talk to us live on the podcast, you can call us at toll-free 888-799-5267. Remember, the first person to call from the prospective city will receive a free Crep Protect care pack, courtesy of our partners over at Crep Protect.
I called last week. I still got my care pack. Thank you.
But yeah, so I know we're trying to grow on there, but you know, follow us. We've done a good job lately of posting the daily sneaker releases.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, yesterday was crazy time.
Yesterday, yeah, it was like 22 shoes came out yesterday. It was ridiculous. I don't know who went and bought all 22 pairs. I doubt anybody did, but
Wow.
you know, when you got days like that where it's 22 shoes coming out,
Yeah, that was. And a lot of them weren't
it's
even
too
that
much.
great.
Man. Honestly, it has not been, the last 3 weeks I can remember specifically, I have not been too impressed with what's come out by anybody. Like, it's nobody's really separating themselves from the pack.
They're all holding out for that Christmas run.
Everybody's, that's probably when everything is going to drop. Yeah, Jordan's got, I mean, just Black Friday alone, he's going to have like, in between Black Friday and that Saturday, he's going to have like 5 shoes that I know people are going to like die over. So it is what it is. Real quick, you guys know that we play music at the beginning of the show to test out our connection for the most part. But anyway, the song was called Streetwalkers on SoundCloud. The artist is, I don't know, I'm about to butcher his name, Ishdar.
Is it on my list, or you just making
I
that
don't know.
shit up?
Like,
Let me see.
It's pronounced Gordon.
I'm not even. You know what?
That's
I
a
might
dollar
deserve
sign
it.
too. I don't even know what the hell.
I know. You know what? People got these dumbass, weird ass names that I guess I'm just supposed to know how to pronounce.
Creative.
Ishdar. Like, you sound like, honestly, you sound dyslexic. Like, you just don't know how to spell, and you just put random symbols and letters together to make a name or a word.
I'm guessing it's Ishtar, Kasachi, and
Take a Day Trip?
Day Trip. Yeah,
What type of name is Take a Day Trip?
it's his mother's given name. What
Come
you know?
on, man.
Take a day trip.
Your name is Rashawn. Okay, come on.
That's my government name. Like, I didn't give myself that name. They gave themselves this name.
I get it.
I would like to think that they gave themselves this. No, you know what? I would like to.
You don't think that that's a family name?
It would be bad if somebody gave it to them. I know so much heritage behind the name Take a Day Trip.
Take a day trip. Party next door. The weekend.
No, the great lineage of Take
Yeah,
a Day
that
Trip.
one goes over to Kenya.
Is he Take
and
the?
it's,
Is he Take a Day Trip the third,
well,
or is he the first?
he's the second. Actually,
so he's a junior.
Yeah, and the family just calls him Junior, I think.
Oh my god.
But it was a good track.
No, his song was actually better than the name.
Ishtar is actually pretty straightforward.
I mean, it started like I don't know anymore, man. Am I becoming an old person that just doesn't like anything new?
Yes.
That's what I feel like sometimes.
Welcome to my world. You kids. And
I feel like you, when we
hip-hop
first started
and
doing
rap
this show, like, what are they talking about and what are they doing here?
Wait a minute. I'm letting how many black folks into my studio? What in
Right.
the hell is going on?
I know I should have had Clue come in here. He's light-skinned enough to get
Yeah.
business done.
Well, you know, you want to talk about racism.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know.
There goes our next negative mark on iTunes. Anyway, yeah, speaking of that, too, also, leave us a good review on iTunes.
We'll take any review, really.
I mean, honestly, yeah, we've become that desperate. But no.
I mean, negative ones make for good content.
It does make for good content. Because it's like, our negative reviews are always like, you're always looking at them like, what are they listening to? Like, we've only gotten 2 in the history of the show, right? One of them, I guess the guy who was, I guess we mocked him enough to the point where he just took it down completely.
That last one?
That last one. I haven't seen it.
I didn't see. I thought you took it down.
No, I don't think we have the ability to.
So he still listens.
Apparently.
That's awesome.
So
Thank you for listening.
He hates us enough to leave us a negative remark, but then I guess we talked about it. You know what? Sometimes trolls do that. They do it for attention, right?
I'm gonna need so much therapy after this.
I am. A lot of trolls, a lot of times, they do stuff for the attention. So they don't really hate you, but that's their way of getting the attention because everybody else is showing you love. So they try to be counter to that and be the 1 or 2 people that, you know, just gives you shit just constantly for no reason. Just so you
I went to
notice
the
them.
petting zoo and I let the goat lick my penis.
Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, you know, it's called the black dot theory. So you can have like this big sheet of white paper and put like the smallest black dot anywhere in the paper, and your eyes are just gonna focus on that small black dot. Even though this whole square surface is all white, you focus on that one little black dot. So maybe that's what it is. You can get all this positive reinforcement, but you focus on the one troll that gives you shit. So, anyway, but we, you know.
And we'll take the feedback either way.
Yeah, just leave us.
And if you deleted it, I mean, why? Why'd you delete it?
Because, I mean,
because
it probably begged the question, what was I listening to leave that review? Because you weren't listening to our show.
So you're saying I shouldn't have left that review?
Yes, and I thank you for taking it down. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So now we're back to 5 stars.
That was kind of
across
harsh.
the board. Because it took us down to 4.5. Which reminds me, I want to start a rating system too. I don't know where this came up. Like, I think Rihanna's probably one of the most beautiful people in the world. And so anyway, I want to start a rating system, like just based on like there's 5 Rihannas.
Oh, okay. I'll see where you're going. And we're just gonna use.
So everything is just based on Rihanna. It's just okay. Like if we're talking about a certain person,
we're talking about
she's 3 Rihannas.
Are we talking about like skinny Rihanna or like carnival thick Rihanna?
Listen, honestly, I'll take both.
Okay.
Either or. Surprise me.
All right.
I just want to show up to a room and just see Rihanna there already.
By choice or?
Once again.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's get to this. We got the sneaker box Fab 5 releases. The Fab 5.
The Fab 5. The Fab 5.
The Fab 5. Top 5, top 5, top 5.
I saw it in my dreams. 5, 5, 5.
Brought to you by Sneaker Legends, Detroit's newest sneaker spot. Missed on your favorite sneaker release? No problem. Just make your way down to the store located at 1033 Howard Street in Dearborn, Michigan, or you can look up the inventory of the latest and greatest sneakers on their website at sneakerlegends.com. And I really suggest you do, because those guys are already giving out great prices as it is during the whole, age of the resellers. Mm-hmm. And now things have died down. Prices have gone down, and their prices reflect that. So,
and like every day, it looks like on their Instagram, they're just putting new shit just on sale just to get rid of. Like they're moving stock.
If you're gonna resell, do it like that. Like I feel like, because I never really had a problem with resellers per se. I just had a problem with those who tried to take advantage of the market. Like I get it. You're a business and whatnot, but like they would just there's levels to it, and there's a line that they definitely cross. Ask people that didn't get the Chicago ones, like ask them how they feel about that. So
yeah,
so if you're going to be a reseller, they would be the way to do it. Where you make your money, but you don't do it.
And they'll you know, and if they don't got something, you could also just ask them and they'll find
Oh
it.
yeah,
for
they'll
you.
find it for you too. Yeah. So they do it the right way. There's a right way and a wrong way to do something, and they definitely do it the right way. But anyway, let's get to this. We got number 5, the Adidas Crazy 8 ADV White Snake. If I can find these in a 15, I'm buying them. Like just automatic.
Whoa.
No.
I said, whoa.
Yeah, I know, right? I already know somebody. I wear a size 15. How many snakes is it going to take to make that one shoe?
Just one very large snake.
Yeah, that's probably some. It's like a anaconda or something. Anyway, they're trying to reformat the Adidas Crazy 8 into a lifestyle shoe.
You think that'll work? I mean, it's such a athletic shoe already. Like to.
I think they could.
It.
I think they could. I mean, I think about that Kobe pack they came out with. What was that, last year? And you know the burgundy or the wine or vino Crazy 8s. You know, that was a light. Like, who's playing basketball knows. Like, anybody that bought that pair, it came with a tag that said you cannot get anything on it, air, nothing. Like, you cannot, nothing can touch this shoe. Like, you got to wear gloves to lace it up. You know.
That's how I lace my shoes mostly.
Yeah, so. You know, I mean, I applaud them, because I wouldn't have thought to even try to attempt to make this shoe a lifestyle shoe, and I think it actually came out pretty dope. Like, I don't know what people think about it. What? Any responses yet?
I haven't got to it yet. No.
Okay, cool. So we'll move on before everybody's able to say anything negative.
Yeah, just get it going before Daniel pops in.
I know. Shout out to one look at Lister. He hates everything.
Yeah, and I love him for it.
Yeah, he hates everything, but the cause for it is ridiculous.
I like the cause for it.
And he likes the 8s too. This is actually, he bought these. I talked to him this week. He bought this next shoe. Number 4, the Air Jordan Retro 8 Cool Gray. I was over these. Like, it's funny because I remember when they first, you know, sometimes when they announce a shoe but they don't have pictures ready for it yet. So a lot of people just kind of turn the tint down on they'll take like the black and red 8s and just turn the tint down. And you kind of sort of get an idea of what the 8s will look like in a gray version. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because every time I see this picture, like, I always feel like I'm not looking at the actual shoe. I'm looking at another colorway of the 8s, but they just turn the tint down. And even when I saw them in person, I still was over it. Like, I'm over the whole all gray thing.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I guess I might as well just admit it. I'm a sucker for label branding because I don't like those because they're all gray, but I like the cause force because they're causes.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's on some level is a sucker for branding, right? Yeah. Let's not act like a name doesn't matter, but it shouldn't be the entire reason you buy something.
No, when they announced this shoe, and before the images came out, I already was like, I was picturing the 5 just as an 8, so I was like, it's gonna look like that. Like,
see, I had the 5s, but they didn't age well at all. Like, when they first came out, I was like, oh, these are dope. But then, you know, 5, 6, 7 years.
With most 5s, like, they don't age well.
It depends on what colorway. Like the white, black, and red joints. Like, if you still have an older pair of those, they kind of age well because it's just a classic look, you know. Mm-hmm. But just gray, like, because there's still enough white and black and reds, for, you know, even though the outsole might turn that piss yellow, it's still enough of the shoe for you to, like, respect it and, you know, feel that nostalgia. But with a gray suede shoe, for it to be contrasted with piss yellow on the side panels and on the bottom, it's just not a good look at all.
What I always felt like with the 5s is just that when that side netting turns that piss yellow, it's just like it's.
But it depends on the colorway for me, like how.
I like the aging on some sneakers though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Aging on some sneakers looks okay, but they're not all created equal. But I mean, not that you got to deal with it on these 8s. We kind of segue away from it, but I just was over it. Like, I'm over the whole all gray thing. I just kind of feel like at this point they're just kind of rehashing old concepts and nothing new. Like, I got excited for the 32s because that felt new, even though they took some design cues from the original Air Jordan 2. I still like what they did, and that's probably the first Air Jordan in a while, new Air Jordan, that I'm actually excited to buy. But going back to these 8s, I mean, they're not horrible. Like, they're not, like, trash or anything, but I just, you know, if you're trying to ask me to spend $200 on a shoe, it's not going to be these. Number 3, I think, sleepers. And this was a women's pack, I believe, too. Yep. The London Cloth Company Special Edition Nike Sportswear Women's Collection.
I like those.
Yeah, I like those. And, I mean, and Nike is really pushing those Cortezes. They're pumping those out. And I ain't mad at them. I mean, that's a nice shoe, nice silhouette. Not all colorways I like, but, I mean, if you're a lady, this would definitely be a pack to get. You know, as much as y'all hate, you know, when they come out with purple and pink for a women's shoe.
I'd wear that.
That's what I'm saying. I would wear that.
Not the blazer. I don't like blazers.
You know?
No, I don't like blazers.
Oh, man,
They're uncomfortable.
Stop. You probably because you got wide feet.
Yeah, I'm fat.
Yeah. In case anybody didn't know, Francis is fat. But then again, somebody might send you these for free. So you wanna, you know, you ain't gotta spend no money on it.
That's true. I mean, so there's a size 12 out there.
Yeah, if anybody's a size 12, they just want to just hand off for free. Send it to Francis.
I'm not above wearing women's sneakers.
Yeah, but no, it's the Blazer, the Air Max 1, and then the Classic Cortez, and I thought it was pretty dope. It's denim. I mean, you can't really go wrong with denim and white, can you?
No.
Really? I mean, that shoe can go
It's
with
classic.
pretty much anything. Number 2, the Undefeated Special Edition Nike Air Max 97 Black. I think this only came out in Europe this past week. I ain't mad at it.
No, I like that. Did you see there was a white one too?
Yeah, it's coming out later. And it's supposed to be a third one too coming out. I can't remember what colorway it's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be a third Undefeated Air Max 97. The shoe is dope. I would like to see what type of crazy resale prices these go for, because these easily look like they're going for like $6.
All the money. It's gonna go for all the money.
Yeah, and it's funny though, because it's funny when you see a shoe come out, when you remember a shoe coming out and it wasn't like that much hype around that silhouette, and then it comes back out and people go crazy for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never understood that. Well, I guess I can kind of understand it because it's a new generation, so, you know, this is their opportunity to get their hands on a shoe. However, like, there's a lot of people I know that were around when the first time it came out, and they were like, they had no feelings about it whatsoever, and now it's like one of the shoes they have to have. And a lot of it feels like hype. Like, I'm so anti-hype now, it's ridiculous. Like, if I feel like a shoe is overhyped, I purposely divert my attention to something else. Like, I just cannot stand a hype shoe no more. Like, it bothers me because, one, you know, the more hype surrounding it, the more the price goes up. And then on top of that, it just becomes, to me, a hype B shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of people that get the shoe only get it because of its limited availability, or just to kind of stunt on other people. Like, you don't really like the shoe. You like the fact that it's limited.
It's undefeated. Like, that's
another thing too. I once again, we kind of mentioned it earlier. I get it. Branding names mean something. It matters, right? Like, I have to have Miracle Whip on my sandwich. Like, right? But at this, stop it. But at the same time, like, it should not be the end all be all of why you got a shoe. Like, because I feel like that's when you fall into that trap of just buying any and everything just because a certain person or name is attached to it, and they are no longer held accountable for the designs that they come out with, because they know I can come out with anything and
it'll sell.
And, yeah, exactly.
It's like that Supreme Louis V shoe.
Yes.
Nobody likes that shit.
That shit was trash.
The sneaker was garbage.
I ain't seen that one sneaker in that pack that I liked, but because it's Supreme, it's Louis Vuitton, people gonna buy it based on that.
Yep.
And that to me is a problem. It's like, no, I'm not about to just buy it because your name on it. Who gives a shit? Like, if you, like, Jordan has made trash shoes. You know how I feel about the Yeezys. Every brand has made trash shoes, so nobody's allergic to it. However, just because you put your name on a shoe, and, you know, just because you have a reputation for making dope shoes, doesn't mean you can't make a bad shoe, and I have to buy it because your name's on it. That's just how I feel about it. I know people might feel differently, but I think that's one reason why nowadays a lot of these shoes that probably would sit in any other era are flying now, because I feel like now, I mean, you've always had crazy fans, right? You always had fans, no matter what, are going to stick with their celebrity or athlete or whoever, right? But I feel like now it's become exaggerated to where, like, you have now where somebody would be clearly in the wrong, but you'll still have people caping up for them. And
brand loyalist.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, like you could be a fan of something, but still acknowledge that they made a mistake or did something wrong, or you ain't got to buy everything they pump out. And I just feel like we live in that age now. I feel like that's like Kanye.
Yeah.
Classic example. Like every song that dude made was not dope.
Hell no.
Every shoe he came out with was not dope.
Nope.
But you talk to one of his fans, and it's
He
like
can do no wrong.
Yeah, it's like he's just batting 1,000. It's like no,
Like,
nobody. If Michael Jackson can make a bad song, so can Kanye. Sorry, hate to break it to you. If Jordan can make a bad shoe, so can Kanye.
True, Jordan's made some bad shoes.
Yeah, we know. Anyway, speaking of bad shoes, ugliest release of the week.
Dude, we didn't even do number one yet. We don't.
Oh
we're not
man,
telling people.
Jesus! I know.
Use your imagination.
You know what? Part of me wishes Guru was here for this too.
Use
'cause
your imagination.
He would be so outraged by my just blatant disregard of the number one. This is the first time that's happened too.
His ears are gonna be tingling.
Number one.
No, you wanna see me naked.
I don't even know where that came from. Nike Air. I know it's Rihanna, but for this shoe, Nike Air Zoom Generation. Bill, this shoe would definitely be 5 Rihannas. Number one is the Nike Air Zoom Generation Quick Strike First Game. Everybody, I didn't go after these shoes because I'm not. I mean, the shoes are dope. Like I don't want to act like I don't like them. But there was other stuff I was trying to go after more so than these. And, like I'm not the type to buy a shoe just to buy it or to, like, buy it to flip it because I feel like there's somebody out there that really wants the shoe. So I want to give them that opportunity instead of trying to hog it up for myself. And then, too, I know how Nike is on the sneakers app. It seems like for these limited releases, it's like, why even bother? Like, because it goes from coming soon to sold out like that.
I don't even see the coming soon.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's ridiculous. Like it's like you don't even have a chance.
It goes from notify me to sold out.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a certain area you have to be in to even have an opportunity to buy these shoes or what. But because I know Guru was dying. I mean, he had like lines in the water everywhere, and he didn't catch not one fish. And I actually felt bad for him as much as I like to pick on him for being such a fan of such a loser.
His ears are tingling somewhere.
I know right now. He's pulling over right now just to make this phone call because it's going to be the most long-winded.
Oh, behave.
But no, the shoe is dope though. I just know a lot of people
Columbus.
didn't get a chance to get them. I know it's a quick strike, so it's going to be limited. So I don't know.
Somebody just said they got them in Columbus.
They still have them in Columbus, like on the shelves. So they came on the store.
I think
too.
that's Buckeye. He's on the Monday Midsoles YouTube screen name, so I wasn't sure who it was.
Wait a minute, so they actually came on the store. I thought they just came out through the Nike sneakers app. They came out of stores as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but and it's funny too because somebody mentioned, I think it was MJL23 Dan. He was saying that the new pairs are like going for ridiculous prices, but you can still find the OGs in mint or good condition.
They came out of House of Hoops.
Okay. And you can find them for less than the retro. I don't understand that. Like how the OGs selling for less than a retro?
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. So it is what it is, but that's the number one shoe. I dare anybody to try to tell me otherwise.
They all seem to agree. So
yeah, so I've done pretty good with the list so far. I mean, I think the last month or so I've been like killing it with the list. The Fab Five. No, I've been killing it with the Fab Five. Like at least nobody's made an argument here as to something else.
Nah.
See, all right.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
They're throwing the NBA branding on
the Air Force One
on multiple silhouettes.
I'm so over the Air Force One right now.
I just saw that come across my screen. I wanted to point that out.
Like if I had to pick a shoe that like I was just like over that I used to like, but it's just like it would be the low top Air Force Ones. I know. If you didn't know too, that's Francis' like favorite shoe. So I know I just wounded him There's a mortal wound just now.
That's
just
fine.
struck
Looking
on
good, Francis. Well rested. Like you've been pitching, not catching.
Thank you.
Ugly, ugliest release of the week.
Super ugly.
Brought to you by Sneakerheads clothing line. Sometimes the right pair of laces and accessories can make or add to a shoe. If you feel like your sneakers are missing that extra something that'll take them from a 9.5 to a 10, head on over to sneakerheadsclothingline.com and find that missing something. You can follow them on Instagram at sneakerheads_clothing_line. The Big Baller brand, Mellow Ball 1, has to be the most atrocious shoe. This looks like something that my daughter will wake up screaming from a nightmare in. Like she.
You know what's funny about this shoe, and I just sent it over.
What's that?
To Eric, is that there is a company called Brand Black.
Yes.
And these look like one of their models already.
Well, Nightwing yesterday came out with some news on that. And it had to do with the fact that they're supposed to be collaborating or at least assisting in designs, and so I don't know if they allowed them to kind of take the design of their shoe. Yeah. I mean, that shoe is trash too.
Oh yeah.
Both of them are trash. I wouldn't if you go. I don't understand. Okay, give me your worst shoe so we can make a model for that. I'm gonna make my first shoe based on your worst. That shoe is just, and then not to mention the attached contract. Can we stop? You know what? Can we please stop acting like this dude is doing something brand new? He's not doing anything brand new. He's doing what Lady Gaga, Madonna, and any other jackass before him did to get attention. And it's just say or do anything controversial just so people can talk about you.
Did you see the trailer to his that show?
No, I'm not watching the show on purpose. I'm staying so far away from him and his show.
It was bad.
Did anybody think it was gonna be any different?
No, I mean I can't watch it. I'm not on Facebook, but
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it. And
I'm so straight, dude. Wow. I'm not even about to co-sign or endorse that. He is not a businessman. Name a business. Okay, since he's made it onto the public scene, name a business move that has worked out.
Being larger than life has gotten him a lot of attention.
Okay, so does a car crash. Sucking up to him.
Is that me?
Sucking up to him.
All right, cool.
No. I mean, car crashes get attention. Murderers get attention. Charles Manson gets attention every time he goes for a parole hearing, right?
Oh, if you like prison food and penis.
And it's I don't understand, why we give this guy that credit. Because he does absolutely. First of all, you lost out on a $20 million contract just to come out with that bullshit right there that your son is coming out with. On top of that, dude's in high school, and I guess they're saying that it might cause them problems as far as being eligible paying college. And your response to that is, I don't care. And honestly, I mean, real talk, it's gotten to the point where dude is obviously trying to make a name or give himself an extended 15 minutes based on his son's based on his kids.
So before this sneaker was announced, and before that trailer came out for his show, how long has it been before? How long had it been before that happened? Since he's been up on anybody's radar for doing anything ridiculous? Has he gone? I feel like there was a lull when nobody was talking about him, even if it was for a couple days.
Yeah, there was a lull, and then he does something ridiculous and then gets attention. He went to the Adidas tournament and got the one referee fired, because how dare you call me for a technical when I'm acting crazy?
You like that? You like that?
Yeah, he's going around screaming like that, and then, tease him up. I don't know who this lady is because they kind of kept her anonymous, but, from the description, it sounds like this wasn't her first game. She's made a career out of being a referee. She was pretty good at it. And then here comes this asshole, and all of a sudden, she's getting thrown out, on a whim. So my thing is, you turn down a $20 million Nike contract. No brand signs you. You say you're going to come out with your own. Then you come out with a $500 shoe. And then people buy it on the premise of supporting black people, but then at the same time, people shit on Michael Jordan for coming out with a $200 shoe, and he's considered to be the greatest player of all time. Your son ain't played not 1 minute of a basketball game. and you come in with a $500 shoe. Only sell like so many pairs of those. None of it justifies you turning out $20 million. Here's the thing about people equate owning something with value. Yes, owning something can be more valuable than buying or than not owning something, right? Mm-hmm. But just because you own something doesn't necessarily doesn't inherently comes with value. The value is based on your abilities and whatever your talent or product is. None of Big Baller Brand has any talent or any product of value. Not $20 million worth. And I don't see it ever reaching that point. Right now, see, we've given, as a society, we've validated attention seekers. Like, you used to have talent. You used to be able to have talent or a skill set that justified you being on TV, justified you getting the attention. There used to be what we call 15 minutes of fame, where you could do something stupid, gain some notoriety, but it's like, all right, well, you have no talent or skills to speak of, and then you just kind of moved on. Like, that's the thing about substance. Substance, like, hype gets your name out there, but substance keeps your name out there. It keeps you being remembered. Dude is all hype. Nobody's going to, if anything, we're going to remember him for being ridiculous. We're going to remember him for saying something stupid. We're going to remember him for all his antics. We're not going to remember him for being a businessman, because he's not a businessman. He started in a business based on his son's, or the one son going to the NBA. His son don't even want to wear the shoes no more.
This time next year, will we be talking about him?
Yeah, like, how you a businessman when you can't even promote your product right, and then on top of that, you come up with a product that's so shitty that your son don't even want to wear it no more.
Well, that was my question to you, though. It's like, this time next year, will we be talking about him still?
We'll probably still, because he'll probably, like, he seems like the type to where whenever his attention starts to wane, he would do something or say something ridiculous to put the spotlight back on him. Because me as a parent, right, like, he's been a good enough father to make sure his son stayed out of trouble and that at least one of his sons went to the NBA. Kudos to him for that, but he's not the first father to do it, nor will he be the last to do it, right? So there's nothing special to be said about that here. He's not the first black. I know we like to sit there and act like black fathers don't exist, but they do. He is not the first black father to have a son go to the NBA or any league for that matter. So putting him on a pedestal as if we are so desperate to have a black father that we got to take him and all his buffoonery is ridiculous. And I'm not, it bothers me that we actually sit here and accept it and actually make excuses for it and try to justify it and validate it. It's ridiculous. He has not made one business move that has come out and made sense. But he gets a lot of attention. He's on TV, so therefore he must be doing something right. Let's really take stock of who makes it on TV. Are we really about to sit here and validate everybody that comes on TV?
You're right.
So everybody on Jersey Shore were great business people because they made it on MTV and acted like idiots every episode?
Hey, if I can throw in, you've probably already given LeVar way more.
No, I mean, that was in the middle of my rant, though. Like, it's just like, it's annoying.
I understand, but every time you're enticed to go into a rant, he succeeds because he's getting the time and the focus.
Right. I mean, I'm talking, but it's more so like I want people to actually start using their brains and actually differentiate between people who are justified as far as the attention they get, and people who are attention seekers and would do or say anything to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Just as a person, look at basically, because people get caught up in words. People get caught up in, they get distracted by the antics. But if you actually put his actions up against his words, they don't line up. He is not a businessman. He is fortunate to have a son that's in the NBA, and that allowed him to initially get the attention. And for whatever reason, ESPN keeps giving him a platform. I don't know. I really, to this day, don't know why. Huh?
Ratings.
People like watching a car crash. Like, I guess, people slow down for a car crash all the time. So this is
invite him to be on the show.
Hell no. I'm not. No, I'm not even gonna. I'm not wasting space, air, or time on him coming in here and trying to promote his shit.
I know Francis would be glued to the show.
Yeah, because he probably gets them for free.
Because he's he
probably get his mellow ones for free.
Just because he's such a big, basketball fan.
Love basketball.
Yeah, he's such a sports fan. He's a sports nut.
He actually got tickets to the Basketball World Series for the end of this year.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they finally came in the mail. I got them for free, too.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I hear they're actually this year they're doubling up. Basketball is going to have a Super Bowl too.
Really?
Oh, damn.
You should get tickets. I got some. I'll sell them to you.
Oh, hook it up.
Yeah.
I love sports. I'm such a big fanatic.
Yeah. No. What's the name of the Detroit teams?
Falcons. They're a bird, right?
This dude is ridiculous.
It's some animal, right?
I mean, Red Wings isn't
Detroit.
really an animal or anything. I mean,
Detroit.
I guess
octopus,
you could.
What?
There's a wing in there, so
I thought
you were close.
I thought it was an octopus. I live downtown. I've seen octopuses all
we
over.
throw octopuses on the ice, but I to
Why
this
do we do
day,
that?
why do we do that?
Yeah, ask the white guy.
I know, really. I mean,
you are the biggest racist in the whole group.
No, because I don't know what.
No, there were originally 8 teams in the NHL.
Okay.
And we're one of the original 8 teams. And
So
the
octopus has
has
8 legs.
8 legs, right? And it's just a round
That
crab.
is the biggest stretch I have ever heard. So let me so if octopuses didn't exist, what would you throw out there, like tarantulas? Like
that would be fucking terrifying.
No, we'd throw out 2 dogs taped together because there'd be 8 legs.
Oh
we
man,
Or spiders. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
That might
my
be
God.
easier.
Like, that's such a stretch. Like we caught the Red Wings and we're throwing out octopuses because of us being part of the original 8. That is man. When did that start?
Again, asking the white guy.
No,
What's
I mean-
the deal? No, it goes back to the 1920s, 30s, 40s. I don't know.
People were throwing octopuses on the ice.
It's wild. Like
where were they getting octopus? Like
where were they getting ice from?
I think it came. I think it came from some, some fetish kink thing because they'd stuff the octopus down their pants. Francis actually started it.
Oh, did he in the 1920s? How old are you?
About 105.
Man, I tell you, Cubans age so gracefully.
He's a Rican.
There goes
freaking
bad
Rican.
comment number 5 on iTunes. Random pieces of overpriced bullshit. What?
Now, in a desperate attempt to fill 24 hours of programming, here's some bullshit that happened somewhere today. We've got some footage here of the bullshit, which began just after 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Practice started in 1952 when Pete and Jerry Cusimano, brothers and store owners in Detroit's Eastern Market, hurled an octopus into the ring of the old Red Barn.
Okay, so did they just throw an octopus just to throw octopus?
They'll
or
be
did they-
assholes, yeah.
They were
So there was no thought
they
to
were
it.
trying to increase sales. They were fishmongers.
So it wasn't like, okay, wait a minute. So when did they do it?
1952.
So it wasn't like they were like, okay, in the future there's gonna be like 80 more teams, and so we want to, kind of signify that we're original 8.
And we're gonna throw in Hydra.
Yeah, that was their Hell Hydra moment right there.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Man.
That was our sports segment.
Yeah. Brought to you by Octopus.
Octopuses. The Detroit Octopus.
Oh my God.
Eat 'em up, tigers.
So basically,
Eat 'em up.
the justification pretty much came after the fact. Then people just cleaned it
They
up.
just made
Like,
it
why are you
up.
throwing octopuses? I don't know. Original 8. Yeah, let's go with
I'm
that.
gonna go and throw it on
Nobody
the football
wanted to
field.
eat them. What the else were we gonna do with them?
I can think there was this video I saw.
I was
that
gonna
came
ask
out
that,
of
like, who
Japan.
eats octopus?
Yeah, he saw the same video I did.
What?
It was this, I'll show you later.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to
I like
see
octopus.
It. You've eaten octopus?
Yeah, you have it?
Hell no.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I took your word for it.
Have you eaten oysters?
No.
What about clam?
No. Where are we going with this?
I seen where he was going with that.
No, I'm nervous now. Random piece of overpriced bullshit. We got the J Crew. Well, not this shoe. That's the last
I was
one.
like, what the fuck?
No. Well, since it's up, it's already up on the screen. That is the Adidas Y3 Rio Black Silverlight. That boy is going for $350.
That's a lot less than I thought. I mean, it's a Y3. I was expecting a lot
Man,
more.
that says a lot about Y3.
Like, is this on sale?
Right. Like, that's like on their deep discount. Like, it has like the orange sticker on it.
Yeah. Are these B grades? What is this?
No.
is this on a Labor Day sale?
I'm not even sure how I feel about this shoe, because part of me wants to like it, and the other part of me is like, oh, I don't know. Like, I do not like if like I guess if Sonic the Hedgehog was like a millennial, like if he was like a goth millennial, I guess what this would be the shoe he would wear. Like I can't completely trash this shoe as much as I would like to.
No.
The price is ridiculous though. I'm not paying $350 for that.
It's a lot cheaper than I thought.
Like that says a lot about Y3.
Y3, like I was expecting you to say like these are like $550, $600.
You know, I'm surprised that what these might be on sale. That might be the sales price. I'm gonna have to like do some
that
further
Labor
research.
Day weekend sale.
Number 2, we got the Adidas Ultra Boost ATR Mid Trace Khaki. Them joints going for $240. And you know, I'm just gonna go back to the argument of I know a lot of people are like, man, I gotta pay for these Jordans $200. Like, if you're not gonna pay $200 for some Jordans, you are definitely not paying $200.
Buckeye said those look like overweight ninja shoes.
They do. Oh man, you talking about the Rio, the Y3 joint?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Like they. Oh man, like yeah. But these Ultra Boosts, honestly, all the Ultra Boosts look the same to me too. I'm sorry, like there's nothing. I mean, I guess you could point out minor differences that I guess you could use to differentiate them with, but they look the same to me. Like, I'm not even.
They kind of. I mean,
Ultra Boosts never impressed me to begin with, but I know they're comfortable, or I've heard they're comfortable. I haven't tried one on. But once again, there's a lot of comfortable shoes at Payless, but nobody's going to buy because they're Payless shoes. So miss me with that comfortable shit. Like if the shoe doesn't look dope, it doesn't matter how comfortable they are to me.
That's the way to do it. And
there's a lot of comfortable shoes on the market that nobody's touching. So miss me with that is comfortable stuff. Like that's the shoe to wear right now. That's what's hot. Kudos to Adidas. But honestly, I put it like this. I feel like a lot of these shoes will not age well. I feel like 10 years from now, we're going to all look back at this time.
That was, in general, that's what I was just wondering. Like, how is
what were we wearing?
That and like, how is the Boost technology going to age?
That's another good question.
I mean, because we see what happens to like air bubbles and shit over time.
Exactly. You see it midsoles crumble, air bubbles pop.
I'm really curious to see how Boost
that is a good point. That is a very good point. I don't know. We'll see. I really do think that we're going to look back at this time, but like, I think we're going to look back at a lot of things. Music, clothing. I think we're going to look back like, man, like, yeah, let's just all forget that ever happened.
I think is this audio from the booth where Eric's at right now? Is he just White Ranger's in there?
Wait, he was hanging out with Bushman yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he rubbed off on him. This shoe gets 2 Rihannas for me, too, by the way.
2 Rihannas?
2 Rihannas.
Okay.
And then lastly, we got the J. Crew Special Edition New Balance 997 Camo. That goes for $210. Who's paying $200 for this shoe? And it's not a bad shoe. Let me. None of these shoes, the last 3 shoes I just put out there, I'm not saying they're horrible. I'm saying they're not worth the price.
Where were these made?
It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, kind of, since New Balance has the tendency to produce stuff in the United States, which can cause the price to go up.
Yeah, but I'm still not paying $210. Not for that. There's other New Balance shoes that I would gladly pay $200 for. These will not be those. Like, this shoe gets 1 Rihanna from me. As far like,
I love the scale.
I know the scale is awesome, man. That's what we're gonna start creating things. This shoe, like, just based on the price, because the shoe, I mean, let's be honest. If I saw that shoe on a shelf, I would walk past it and not even notice it.
I would be definitely sticker shocked when I picked it up and it was 200 and whatever, 210.
Like, no. And like, I see the tongue, it's kind of got that. Is that stingray or pebbled leather?
It's just pebbled leather.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, that's not enough to justify a $210 price tag. Sorry. Anyway, let's keep this thing moving. Matter of fact, let's plug a couple things real quick, and then we're gonna come back with news.
Barry White Ranger here. You all know that I entertain a great deal, and when I'm out and trying to make my best impression, my ensemble is never complete without a really great pair of sneaks. Like me, you can keep your kicks in the best shape possible, simply with Crep. Just a spray or two of Crep, a quick brushing, and voila. Yeah, that was French. And my sneaks are protected from spaghetti, or a fine bottle of Chianti, or even a splash of mud while I help my special lady out of her chariot as we make our way back to my humble abode. You may not entertain as much as I have the opportunity to, but when you do, make sure that what you got on your feet looks its best with Crep. Take it from Barry White Ranger. You won't be sorry, and neither will she.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mike Rich, man. And you're listening to the #1 sneaker show, the Sneaker Box Podcast with SneakerBarDetroit.com. Hey, you want some good talk? Listen to my boys. Get you some. Yes, Go on.
You're now listening to the Sneaker Box Podcast.
The voice of sneaker culture.
Bringing soul to the airwaves.
All right, news brought to you by 89 Manufacturing Company. 89, where quality meets design. Check out
I like it.
I feel like that was so on purpose.
I
feel like that was the most on-purpose thing ever. Check out the collection of sneaker-based apparel by going to the website at 89.com. Make sure to use promo code TSBP to save yourself an extra 20% off of your purchase. A lot of things to get into. Kendrick Lamar officially announced his partnership with Nike. An article written by Adam Mark. Can you have two names? Is your first name and last name? Two first names?
If you're a serial killer, yes.
All right, so we got a serial killer working for Heist in the Body. Look out for that. He's going to be in the news sometime soon. After having been one of the more notable faces on Reebok's roster, it seems as if Kendrick Lamar has ended his endorsement deal with Reebok. He recently posted a caption on Twitter that read, Cortez, since day one. He later confirmed his move on Instagram and has been wearing the Nike Cortez during his Sold Out Damn tour. This comes at a great time as Nike has been giving the classic Cortez a heavy marketing push. Reebok has pretty much lost everybody.
I was like, well, why is Reebok how did they keep losing people?
What did they? I mean, let's be honest. Like, what have they done? What have they done with the people they've had there? Like, they lost John Wall. I mean, to Adidas. I mean, they lost John Wall to Adidas and then lost him to Nike. Or is he just a free agent right now? I can't remember. But they pretty much, anybody that's been there, even the Kendrick Lamar, what was it, the Reebok? What shoe was that?
I was trying to figure out what was the name.
Was it the ventilators?
I think it was a ventilator.
I can't remember what shoe it was offhand, but they were okay. Like, it was nothing. I mean, let's be honest. Those are nothing to call home about either. Excuse me. So, I mean, would you want to be stranded on an island called Reebok?
No.
Like, I mean, if you Kendrick Lamar and you the hottest rapper on the planet or one of the hottest rappers on the planet, why would you want to stick with Reebok? And they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything right. Like, you seen the Shaq Attack that come out?
Yes, I saw that.
Right. Like, no. Like, when you run ideas to the point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna base this Shaq on this other Reebok Iverson, like, you pretty much hit rock bottom. And not, as a matter of fact, you past rock bottom. You to put out a drill and a shovel. And you're trying to go further. Like, it's, and then they came out with the platinum Shaq Attack too.
That's what I'm like.
Who's wearing those? Like, who was asking for a platinum Shaq Attack? Like, nobody.
Like, I'm on the Reebok site now trying to.
It's to commemorate his album going platinum. Like, that was like what, 40 years ago?
Damn.
So you come out with a shoe commemorating something that happened 40 years ago.
Nostalgia.
That, I mean, that has become a punchline in music history.
It's nostalgia. I'm trying to fill in the role for Guru right now. Nostalgia something.
Yeah,
something,
I guess.
Something else.
Like, come on. Like, who still has a Shaq album?
This guy. That guy.
Like, he's getting, I'm telling you, like, you know, most people, you know, now that everybody streams and whatnot, so everybody kind of gets that, what's the check they get? What's it called? Royalties.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how much, like, what's the dollar amount? What's the over and under of the dollar amount that you think Shaq is getting as far as royalties from his music?
I think they get something like 9.3 cents.
He's probably paying more in taxes on his check. The check probably costs more than the royalties actually printed on there. Yeah. That's probably exactly.
Yeah,
the stamp costs more than the royalty check. Yeah, it's a lot. I don't. Kudos to Kendrick for leaving. Like, I don't know who would want to join Reebok. Like, you would. Like, only people that would join Reebok is like somebody like me who doesn't have a shoe deal at all. Like, just to say I had a shoe deal.
Just to start somewhere.
Yeah, and then the next step would be how can I leave? Because like it's just okay. I signed this contract, so now I can say I've done it. Yeah. And then I immediately would turn my attention to leaving and going to another brand.
Oh shit.
I've been doing this a long time. When you was averaging 2 points, riding a pine. You see my t-shirt.
Oh, this is Kendrick Lamar. This is LeVar Ball, isn't it?
That was me first.
I'm so mad at Shaq for doing this song too, by the way, because I'm like, man, now you just validated him, by even responding to his nonsense.
This is audio from my ride in this morning.
Oh God. It's funny because Shaq is actually rapping clearer than he normally talks.
When did you play?
Like, I understand every word on this, but like he'll do like color commentary for TNT, and it's like, what did he just say? Yeah, colored commentary because he's black. LeBron James developing a sneaker store comedy for HBO. Oh man, I feel so shitty even reading the story. You know what? Do you? Hold on. I don't even want to say it. Hold on.
It's pronounced Gordon.
This chick is nuts! Whoa! What did I tell you about talking to me?
Nothing. You just said nothing about talking.
You know what? You want me to have Cagney and fucking Lacey explain it to you? Cagney's coming down your fucking throat. Lacey, she's gonna come up your ass.
Okay. I had to do some consultation with there's more to this story than I'm about to read, man. Like I feel bad even reading it. An article written by Alec Banks for High Snobiety. LeBron James is cultivating a project with HBO centering on a sneaker store in L.A. The entitled project is written by Sean Wines of High Maintenance, and who we were talking about names earlier. Like, who named this person? Lemon Anderson.
It's pronounced Gordon.
Who named their kid Lemon?
I gotta see what this person looks like.
Man, they better look good with that name. Of She's Gotta Have It. The show centers on two best friends and the wild employees at an up-and-coming sneaker shop outside of L.A., where they take on the insane and obsessive world of sneaker culture. While development is still in very early stages, is one of the most notable cosigns by Hollywood of sneaker culture. Oh, wow. Okay. There's I'm looking at... No, that's from something. That's from another story. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so there's more to the story that I promised that I wouldn't get into. Just keep a heads up for that. Nike has just released its first ever do-it-yourself Flyknit shoe.
Lemon Anderson is a guy, just by the way.
Ah, gross. And Nike's latest release, how many Rihannas though?
Oh,
like with that type of name?
Oh, I mean, like if you're asking my opinion on how many Rihanna's I would give Lemon Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a troll man.
So no Rihannas.
No
Rihannas.
Yeah, look.
And Nike's latest.
Oh, there he is.
Get out of it. Get that off my screen. That is the. He is trying so hard to look sexy too. He's staring at that camera like he wants to do
accomplished.
It. Oh man, that was his come hither look.
You do the math, man.
Oh, get out of here, Shaq.
Go and get.
Oh my God. Nike has just released this first do-it-yourself Flyknit shoe, and Nike's latest release, they're allowing you to actually customize your own designs at home. The shoe of choice is the Nike. I'm about to butcher this name.
It's pronounced.
I ain't even say. See, how do I get the job when I refrain from even saying it?
Fuck if I know.
Goku? Gakao Flyknit, and is available in black and white options. The concept actually comes from Nike designers' indecision about how the swoosh would appear on the shoe. That led to the creation of rubber stencils, allowing the consumer to personalize the shoe on their own. This is the first time Nike has provided stencils for at-home footwear customization. So, I don't know if that shoe is still available or not. I'm not even sure people knew about it because it wasn't like heavily promoted. So, go ahead, shoot your shot. I mean, it's kind of a cool shoe, I guess, for them to send you a stencil. Is it really that cool?
Yes and no. But I mean, if I paid for something, I want it.
It depends on how much it is.
Yeah, that's the big.
That's the price. Like if it's like $160 or more, I'm straight.
Yeah, I'm not paying $160. I'm paying $160 for some shit I gotta finish.
Yeah, no. Oh, in case you want to know too, the chalk coral Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2s, they're fake.
Oh.
That comes courtesy of Yeezy Mafia.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, fake or not, I wasn't gonna buy that shit anyway.
I traded my LV Supreme hoodie for a pair.
Oh man.
Damn.
You might have actually came up on that one. You might have been on the winning end of that.
Fuck.
Reebok designed space boots for astronauts.
Oh really?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, they probably the only people that's willing to wear Reebok. In an article written by Henneke. What?
Whoa.
What?
Henneken?
I need any parents listening to this show to really think about the names you give your kids.
It's pronounced Gordon.
Henneke?
Hennessy?
Henneke?
Henneke?
Wittering? I don't know. Let's just say some guy that writes for space.com.
That doesn't even sound like a real website.
It really doesn't.
No,
It just seems like somebody just got the domain name and just throwing out random unvalidated stories.
Yeah.
Reebok recently unveiled a sporty new design for space boots with astronauts.
I gotta see this shit.
That they will wear during upcoming missions on Boeing's CST-100 Starliner, a spacecraft that will begin ferrying astronauts to and from the International Space Station.
Whoa!
By the end of next year. The blue-white boots nicely complement the blue spacesuits Boeing revealed this past January. Ooh. Both the boots and the suits are more lightweight, flexible, and comfortable than the bulky traditional spacesuits worn by astronauts today. You know what? As I was typing this out, it made me think of those commercials with those infomercials where like somebody have a product that's supposed to be like handy to have now as opposed to like what you used to have. And like it's funny because they'll always show like they'll show like the old product and how people just fumble with it and like they just have no coordination. They fall, they drop shit, and then here comes the new product and like, oh, here, it make life so easy, and they just they're having fun with it, they're smiling, they're like inviting their family over to show them how to use it. And this made me think of that today. Like I just imagine a commercial where like somebody's wearing an old astronaut suit and they're falling over and they're having trouble putting the suit on and they're struggling and it's so cumbersome. And then they come out with the new suit and just walking around smiling and having fake conversations with people in the hallway.
I just found the picture of the whole fit that they're going to be wearing.
Oh man, pull it up.
I just sent it over. It's insane. It's my next SneakerCon fit.
Oh man, I gotta see it. Reebok, because I probably won't go to SneakerCon after that. Reebok,
I'm gonna have all the lines at my booth.
Oh man, it's gonna be a line at the door. Everybody trying to exit. Reebok and DDC, David Clark Company. They put so much thought into the name of that. Model the new spacesuit boot after Reebok's Float Ride Run athletic shoes have named it the Float Ride SB01.
And I sent the picture of my fit too. Wait for that one.
Oh man, I'm gonna give that one Rihanna. One Rihanna.
Hater.
Yeah, that's one Rihanna. Like, I can't. No. I cannot. I mean, it's a space boot, so I can't really. I'm not gonna knock it too much.
It's
a space boot.
It's functional.
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge it too much. So considering that it is a space boot, I'm gonna give it 4 Rihannas.
There you go.
4 Rihannas. The highest you can get is 5 Rihannas.
5 Rihannas. Yes.
Yeah. A$AP Rocky signs with Under Armour to be the face of their lifestyle line. In case you didn't know, an article on Sneaker News. A$AP Rocky signs with Under Armour to lead the brand's lifestyle category. Under Armour has made some steady moves. Really? Steady?
Steady.
They define steady. In an effort to break into the casual lifestyle category. signing Tim Ghetto Coppins.
That's his new.
That's his nickname.
That's all right. Does it say that on his
Ghetto
on his,
Coppins?
On his, it says that on his desk.
Tim Ghetto Coppins.
Is that what his business card says?
Yeah,
right.
That's his new moniker. To design the Under Armour sportswear line, after experiencing a boom in 2015 and 2016.
That's what?
This, once again, define boom.
Hey, I got this brilliant idea. Let's hire a guy named Ghetto, and we'll make him design our stuff. It's great. It's a wonderful idea.
That's actual audio of Kevin Plank hiring Tim Coppins.
We'll maybe have him make space boots for us, too.
All right.
Man. That was actually pretty good on the fly, too.
That was great.
Yeah. Under Armour.
There was a lot more different colorful language in the room, though.
I know, right?
Censored version.
And I know.
Don't do it. No, he put his headphones in.
And I love how he had a meeting with all these people and nobody gave him any feedback. Like, it was just like basically just him talking.
Yeah.
I love it.
It'll be like that whole bada boom, bada book thing with that hotel place.
Is Kevin Plank from Jersey?
Jesus.
And it'll attract a whole different crowd for us. They'll really appreciate us. I know it.
It's like somebody that just transplanted themselves from
And then
London
we'll give
to
ourselves
Jersey.
Big raises. But let's get Trump to endorse it, and we'll be
That's
all
where everything
set.
went downhill.
That was about it.
Yeah. That would have been the part where I left the room. Under Armour has been struggling to meet.
You were let in the room?
Huh?
You were let in the room?
I snuck in. I was behind the fern.
Oh, okay.
It was like, it was horrible too. Like the fern was only like 2 feet tall, and somehow I was able to hide behind it. Under Armour has been struggling to meet sales expectations as stocks continue to dip.
You don't say.
Right. A$AP Rocky was previously involved with Adidas, releasing a few collaborations under the Originals imprint, as well as with Jeremy Scott. I'm not sure how far A$AP Rocky is going to move the needle as far as Under Armour. I just kind of feel like that's a lost cause at this point.
Take that check.
Yeah. I mean, following that, Under Armour posts quarterly loss and announces layoffs as part of his restructuring plan. Oh, wow, that's the suit.
That's my some sneaker confit. That's what I'm doing. Rocking a sneaker
man.
There it is.
I have so many questions about that. I mean, one, I will say that is a pretty cool looking spacesuit. Like, if I was going to space,
doesn't look very functional. Like, I feel like I am just going to get frostbite all over the place.
Well, yeah. First of all, it makes me. My first question is, in comparison to the older one, how much more bulky was the other one?
Very bulky. I
have to see a picture of it now. Like, I mean, that looks pretty
spacesuits?
bulky.
It kind of looks like a spacesuit from a 1950s sci-fi flick.
It does.
Yeah, it doesn't look very functional.
And you see Robbie the robot in the background.
But I mean, what are you doing? Like, honestly, like, what are you doing out in space though, other than just kind of floating out there?
Going to a rave.
Yeah.
It's for the all-night rave out in space.
Out in space.
Yeah.
I would be so scared to go to space. Like, just the thought of like never being able to like re-enter the atmosphere.
Well, they do come back down.
I know, but like I've seen. What was that movie with Sandra Bullock?
Gravity?
Yeah, I would be so freaked out by that.
You don't even look like Sandra Bullock.
I know, I'm more of a George Clooney type.
You want something funny, and it's like because it got brought up, and I'm a super geek. Did you know a lot of some of the older astronaut suits that from NASA were found at like thrift stores not that long ago?
Really?
Yeah, down in Florida by Cape Canaveral or whatever.
What?
Yeah, like 5 suits were there, and somebody picked them up for like $1.20 each.
Oh man.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool to have.
6 of them. My bad.
With the helmet too?
No, it was the suits. Just the suits. Yeah,
Can you imagine walking down the street in New York City and have some guy say, "Oh yeah, that's a knockoff, isn't it? I'll give you $100 for that."
Man.
I mean, that's a lot less than the $5,000 a piece they're expecting them to sell for right now. 2 college students, $1.20 each.
But think of the helmet though. You kind of need the helmet to kind of finish it off.
Think of the helmet?
You need the see.
Well, there you go. That's all he thinks about.
If you ain't got the helmet, then you might as well just walk out the room.
I'm not trying to be Mega Man. I'm just trying to get them lines. Buckeye's like, Francis trying to be Mega Man. I'm just trying to get them lines. I'm trying to get them clicks.
Man. An article written by Holden Weiland.
Trying to sell shitty merch.
What? Whoo, shots fired. An article written by Holden Weiland for the Baltimore Business Journal. Under Armour Inc. reported its second consecutive quarterly loss and announced a restructuring plan that would result in 2% global workforce reduction. The roughly 280 layoffs will include 140 in Baltimore. Under Armour. So wait. So 140 are going to be strictly in Baltimore. So then the other 140 are going to be where else are they located at? Like they said, global. Like when you say global, I'm thinking you got like departments or offices everywhere.
There's a bunch of small Vietnamese children that will be out of work soon.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they meant.
There's a lot of numbers in this article. I'm about to just zone
Yeah, I
out.
know. I'm about to put everybody to sleep right now.
Goddamn.
If you're driving right now, just pull over.
I'm pulling out an abacus right now to add all this up.
Under Armour has nearly 3,500 employees in the Baltimore area and 15,000 worldwide. Under Armour expects the restructuring plan to cost between $110 million and $130 million this year. Shares of the company were down more than 6% to $18.75 a share. Under Armour's revenue in the second quarter was $1.9 billion or $1.09 billion, up 9%. As international sales soared, but the retail environment in North America continued to temper results. Sales in North America are almost stagnant, increasing less than 1% to $829.8 million.
Remaining 6.
It's not like you're over there doing taxes. Like internationally, they skyrocketed in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. Sales jumped 57% to $103.9 million. In Asia, sales increased 89% to $93.6 million. Meantime, Under Armour's apparel revenue in the second quarter increased 11% to $681 million, driven by strength in men's and women's training and golf. On the downside, footwear revenue declined 2% to $237 million. A year ago, footwear sales increased 58% due to significant strength in basketball sales. But sales of the Curry 3 shoe have been slow, for the obvious. And I think a lot of the increased revenue in Asia has to do with this next story. Under Armour finally wins this case against Uncle Martian.
Hey.
So now everybody can't buy Uncle Martian, so now they're forced to buy Under Armour. The People's Higher Court of Fujian Province.
It's
Give it
pronounced
to me.
Gordon.
Give it to me.
Come on, the word was province, and
I
you
know,
couldn't get
man.
that.
Wow.
Man. The People's Republic of China ruled in favor of Under Armour in this case against Uncle Martian, which is and this kind of follows a trend of dumb names like Uncle Martian. Like, who's really trying to name a company Uncle Martian?
They took my name.
Under Armour reported that the law firm Finnegan, Garrett, and Dunner.
I love Uncle Martian's logo so much.
Do you?
Yeah,
I know
it's
it's
hilarious.
It is funny. Finnegan, Garrett, and Dunner LLP won their suit, and that Uncle Martian is ordered to stop using Under Armour's trademarks. If you haven't seen the Uncle Martian logo, it is. I don't even know how they thought they was gonna get away with that.
It's my next tattoo.
Do it. Do it. I will pay. I will actually pay for the tattoo.
Thank you.
I will pay for the tattoo if you do it.
Yes.
What's the logo look like again? I mean, I slightly remember it.
I think, does he got it over
It
there?
was like.
Should have sent it. I think he's got it.
It was so dumb.
It's awesome, first of all.
Like I swear to God, like they went with that Vanilla Ice theory. Like if we just change this one thing, this one small insignificant part of the logo, even though 90% of it looks exactly like.
Bam. See, they got those.
Oh yeah, they got the leaves around it, so that makes it different.
Yeah.
Get out of here! Come on, man. Uncle Martian, Under Armour, like that. I don't. Some things just don't even need like further explanation. Like it just is what it is. But reading as many stories as we have on the show, you see, like we've gone over this a lot. Where in other countries, people feel like they can get away with a company's trademark over here, because they're in another country and they figure, their own court system is not going to go against, a nationalist.
China's like no man's land.
So here we go.
Oh God! Oh God! No! No! God!
Okay.
Oh man! There goes angry comment number 6.
I like it.
Oh my God!
Yep.
Oh no!
Once they
No.
we just say no, not
Oh
say.
no!
And then it'll be beautiful. Like here, it'll be obvious.
Yeah.
No.
And can I get that with extra plum sauce?
My God. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Sneaker stories that make you go, oh. Oh, my God. I had to, like, quickly. I'm telling you. I only had so much time to jump in front of that car. Sneaker stories that make you go, oh.
General Tso's chicken.
Seth Curry signed sneakers for young fan who died while playing basketball. No? Okay.
Bringing us all down.
I know, right? That is, man. An article written by Brandon Richard for Soul Collector.
You're kind of bumming everybody out.
Yeah. It was a bittersweet moment for Ramir Nuestro when he was successful in getting Steph Curry to sign his daughter Kimberly's Under Armour sneakers. The 16-year-old Homestead High sophomore collapsed and stopped breathing during a game, minutes after taking a nasty spill on the court. Kimberly, who wore the number 30 in honor of Steph, died at Stanford Medical Center the next day. Knowing that one of his daughter's wishes was to eventually have Steph sign a pair of her sneakers, Ramir reached out to Steph through social media. Steph responded by signing some of her Warriors gear and the shoes she wore in her last game. When asked about how he felt making one of his daughter's wishes come true, Ramir said, speechless. Anyone listening to this story and feels moved to make a donation to Kimberly's Memorial Fund can do so by visiting GoFundMe.com. And Kanye West sends fan Yeezys to help him walk again. An inspiring story has come to light as Kanye was informed about Tyler Wesley. I said Tyler.
It's pronounced Gordon.
Tyler Wesley, a fan who suffered a terrible spinal cord injury 5 years ago in a rollover car accident. It left him paralyzed from the shoulders down with a C4 vertebrae break. While doctors told him he wouldn't be able to walk again, Tyler defied the odds as he has already started to take steps to begin walking with the help of his therapist and a walker. When Kanye heard about the story, he was moved and sent Tyler a pair of Yeezys. Along with a note that said, "You showed the world anything is possible." There's actually a video, like you can follow him on Instagram at T_Wes. That's WES 44, and you can see some of the videos on his profile of him learning how to walk again. So obviously, shout out to him. We want to see him actually succeed in that effort. So all right, so let's do a couple more plugs and come back with This Week in Stupid.
If you want to make sure your shoes look just as fresh as when they came out the box, practice safe stunting and go to crepprotect.com and get your shoes some protection.
It's your boy DJ Clark Kent, Brooklyn's finest, New York Giant, the ATF General. You are listening to Sneaker Box Podcast on SneakerBarDetroit.com.
This is Kate Fagan, and you're listening to the Sneaker Box Podcast on Sneaker Bar Detroit.
Hey, shout out to Kate. You know what? Actually, before we get into This Week in Stupid, there's actually a new segment that we want to do, and that is called This Has Nothing to Do with Sneakers.
Or as I like to call it.
Over here, we do something.
Oh, God, no!
Yep,
No!
I like to call it the second part of the show.
Yeah, basically. We
My dad has a gold tooth.
Yeah, something along those lines. We talk about people having gold teeth.
Right.
No, we basically, we go on tangents and stuff, like In-N-Out fries and all this other stuff. So we wanted to create a segment where it will allow us to talk about topics that have nothing to do with sneakers. We talk about sneakers all the time, all day, every day. And so we created a segment called This Has Nothing to Do with Sneakers, where we can just talk about anything going on in the world outside of the world of sneakers.
Yeah, that's funny.
It is. So anyway, the biggest news of the week, I think, is the Hurricane Harvey situation going on in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
First, I want to say our friends Sean Paper Chaser Williams, and D Wells, they've teamed up with Bun B, the Premium Pete Show, and Healing Souls to send donations as far as shoes and clothing to people in Texas, you know, who lost everything. You got people that lost their entire lives as far as like their belongings and their homes and other things like family heirlooms and whatnot.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was real bad, man. And so anyway, we wanted to help support them in that. So if you go on our Instagram, I don't have the address right here in front of me, but if you go on our Instagram and you go on our Facebook page, you will see the post with the picture of Bun B, the picture from OSD Live, Premium P Show, and Healing Souls. And it has all the information right there. It has the address to where you can ship the clothing
Church
or the
at
donations.
Bethel's Family,
Yep.
care of Bun B, OSD Healing Souls, and the Premium Pete Show, 1442 Fawn Meadow Drive, Houston, Texas, 77035.
Yes. You can send it to that address that Francis just gave you, or like I said, you can go to Instagram and you can see the address underneath that post, and you can donate shoes, clothing, anything that can help those in need down there in Texas. Unfortunate situation. I can go on a rant all day as far as like policies and politics and overall, but I'm gonna say that rant for Joel Osteen.
What?
This okay. This is what I have a problem with. You got a lot of the church has become the new con, and I'm not saying church in general. I'm not saying all churches are a con, but there are people who look at church and see it as a way to enrich themselves. And I grew up in the church and whatnot, and I'm not the most religious person now, and a lot of it has to do with this. It's because a lot of people use it. People go to church, they believe in something, and they're looking to, people have a lot of things going in their lives, and they're looking for answers, and they're looking for something to help them get through what they're going through. And people take advantage of that for their own personal wealth, and I have a problem with that. And, you got a lot of these mega churches where the pastors get millions of dollars, but yeah, you get people catching a bus to go to your church.
Yep.
Like, I'm not saying, listen, and the counter argument to that is, you got to live in a box. Nobody said that. Nobody said he has to live in a box. But does he have to live in a $10 million mansion? Like, he can't live in a nice house and then take the rest of that money. And I thought tithes and offerings and all of that stuff was meant to go to the betterment of God's people, not one person. Why is one person benefiting from people giving their tithes and offerings to a specific church? Why do you need a $10 million house? I thought, the whole goal was to get to heaven. I thought that was the ultimate award, not to get this new Ferrari or this new Porsche.
And his net worth is about $40 million too.
Who is?
Joel Osteen's is about $40 million.
And that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And these guys don't pay taxes.
No.
And they basically become businesses. As a matter of fact, okay, let's go through the whole situation. Joel Osteen has this mega church in Houston, Texas, or Lakewood, Texas. That's the name of the church. Oh, that's the name of the church. Yeah. So anyway, huge mega church. It used to be the home of the Houston Rockets, I believe. And so anyway,
606,000 square foot.
So he has this huge church. People are displaced. Mind you, you have businesses that are open up their businesses to allow people to shelter.
Furniture stores, mosques.
Yeah, mosques.
Yep.
There are other religious organizations that open up their doors, and they didn't have nearly the resources nor the size that Joel Osteen had for, with his church and his resources. And so they did it without being told, without being asked, because that's what good people do. This guy offered nothing but prayers. And then the initial excuse, he offered nothing but prayers. Twitter went in on him. But Twitter had hands, he would have caught him.
Yeah.
And so Twitter went in on him. He finally gets guilt. No, his first response was flooded. Mm-hmm. People went on Facebook Live, snuck onto the property. There was no flooding, at least as far as we could see anywhere. But then he sends out pictures of what looks like his church being submerged, right? And rumor has it those are pictures from another flood, not from this one. So, you know, kind of take that with a grain of salt. Like I said, people went on Facebook Live and were like videoing, like there was no flooding whatsoever. And I find it funny that, so you had all this flooding. So, okay, so let's just go with the whole flood thing. So your church was flooded, but yet you were still able to take people in after the fact.
16,000 seats in this church.
So that was, I'm just saying, if your initial excuse was it's flooding, wouldn't that still be the reason or the rationale for why you still can't take people in?
Yeah, well, he went on like this.
But then it changed to what nobody asked us.
Yeah, well, about that. So a pastor from, I'm not sure where the hell this pastor's from, penned an open letter to him, and it's really long. So I mean, anybody that cares, go out and find it. But at the end of it, he kind of says, "Don't wait for an invitation. Jesus already gave you one." Meaning that he shouldn't have waited, just did it. And I mean, he went on like this. So Joel Osteen's been on every morning news outlet, just trying to spin this back positive
because they shamed him. I mean,
yeah,
his doors would still be closed if people on social media did not shame him into opening his doors.
So to pile on to the whole it was flooded thing, he kind of went unmentioned. He was like, we didn't have proper staff. Some of our own staff was flooded out and they couldn't come, so we couldn't adequately process people in.
You know, I can't stand. You know, I think the thing that infuriates me more, outside of his reaction or inaction, is the excuse making. Like, it's almost akin to like whenever like an unarmed black person gets shot and people like defend that particular police officer. And it's like he's clearly in the wrong, but you're going to go out your way to defend it by bringing up, like, the person who got shot. Well, that person stole some candy when he was 12. It's like, okay, so that makes him worthy of getting shot and killed? Like, you know, like, or like the crime rate in Chicago. Like, what that got to do with somebody getting shot in Florida? Like, I mean, you know, like.
If that's upsetting you, you should, I mean.
No, I mean, but.
I got something else here.
And it was
from
just
30 minutes ago.
Okay. But give it to me in a minute.
All right.
But it's just like, it's infuriating to have people, and it's like, you know, all these so-called Christians, well, don't judge. Like, y'all, first of all, y'all judge all day. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all judge, like, y'all judge people in the church. Like, y'all judge, like, oh, look what she's wearing, or, you know, this person think he's so, you know.
Isn't that what it's all about?
So holy. You know, like, y'all judge people all day. So let's, spare me the fakery. On top of that, you are held to a higher standard. Like, y'all go around, you know, Christianity is supposed to be about, you know, being better, people being the lights of the world, you know, trying to show the world, you know, you're not of this world, you know, all this other stuff, you know, basically, you know, you're trying to be God-like. Now, nobody's perfect, right? Mm-hmm. People make mistakes. However, that is the ultimate goal, is to be more and more God-like each and every day. And you follow the lead of Jesus Christ. And yet you got to be told to do something for other people. Like, you have to wait for an invitation. Then you lie about why you couldn't do it. And then I've actually heard people say that maybe God told them not to open his doors. Like, oh, yeah, God would tell you not to open your doors. Well, you know, the church is a business. He has to think about the financial repercussions. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, if the church is a business, then he should pay taxes. Then. Like, we're going to look at it like that.
Have you seen Lakewood? Like, no. Jesus Christ.
I've seen pictures of it. I've never seen it in person.
There's fucking ATMs.
God said to me, come down from the mountain and lock those doors.
The acting classes are really coming in handy right now.
No one can get in.
Thank you.
Let Noah build an ark.
Oh my
and
God.
on that ark we shall pick 2 white folks.
Yep.
And then
that is
we shall
literal audio of Joel Osteen in his meeting.
Another 2 white folks.
That's it.
And on that ship, we will have some animals.
Yep.
Y'all call them African Americans,
but they will not be able to get into the church because the church will be locked.
I just think that is just ridiculous, though. That people are actually caping up for this dude. Like, for him, they're actually caping up for him not helping people in their time of need. Like, that is the most ridiculous premise. That is the most ridiculous argument. That is so asinine to me.
Do you have these people's names? Because I have one for you.
Hold on. Because I feel like it's going to be a doozy. But my thing is, you know, You can't pick it. You can't be God's chosen people 1 minute, and then when it suits you, all of a sudden, I'm just a human. Can't judge me. Yes, we can. We can hold you accountable because that's a standard you chose to uphold. You go around promoting a certain lifestyle, a certain moral standard, and then when you don't live up to it, and all of a sudden we can't hold you accountable to that. You chose that. This is not my standard. Like, I'm not holding you to my standard. This is a standard you promote, and you don't, and like you charge people for. You've made millions off of promoting or hawking Christianity, and now all of a sudden, when you don't live up to it, and all of a sudden we can't say nothing to you. What is that? That's like me going around like, man, don't do drugs, and then you find me in the bathroom with a line of cocaine. You can be like, wait a minute, like, how you gonna tell people not to do drugs and you in here snorting cocaine? Like, you're not living up to the ideals you put out there.
So pissed off you did that without me.
Go ahead.
I'd be so pissed
I
off.
know. Hey, that's how I stay fit. You think I'm about to actually work out? No, I'm about to just do cocaine.
I like it.
All right, so what's gonna piss me off? Go ahead.
Caesar.
Go ahead and tell me.
So I'm not gonna get too far into the Joel Osteen because I still think I'm riding the negative way from the SneakerCon thing, YouTuber thing.
Yeah.
So I just have an issue with all organized religions.
I do too.
But
I respect it though. I try to respect them because I know they serve a place and I know they serve a purpose. But
sin in the sight of God. You are not worthy to receive these 10 commandments.
Nope, not at all.
Your boy, I don't even know why I just said that. So Tyler Perry, about 30 minutes ago, I haven't watched it.
I feel my blood boiling already.
He posted a video, I guess, I don't know, defending him, and he went out as far as even donating $250,000 to Joel Osteen's.
To Joel Osteen?
Yeah.
Why does Joel Osteen need a donation? Like, what? So he's worth how much?
$40 million. So
okay.
Tyler Perry donated $1 million to Texas in general, I guess. I don't know. And $250,000 to Joel Osteen's church. And this is from 30 minutes ago.
Why?
And there's a video too. I mean, I haven't watched it. It's 3 minutes.
I just love. I really do love how people go around. Like I said, in particular, certain pastors go around asking for private jets, doing stuff like Joel Osteen, doing stuff like Creflo Dollar, doing stuff like pimping our religion, and then all of a sudden, when you hold them accountable, and you're like, wait a minute, they all of a sudden it's like, well, Beyonce and Jay-Z got a jet. Why can't I have a jet? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were trying to live up to the expectations.
God doesn't want you being held up by TSA.
I just don't understand. Like, so now all of a sudden you go from man of God to all of a sudden Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, Jay-Z, I don't have a moral expectation of Jay-Z and Beyonce. They don't go around promoting. They promote their albums. They don't promote a lifestyle. They don't say live this way. They're saying, hey, buy my album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have an expectation of that person. I expect Jay-Z to do what he does because he's a rapper. I don't expect him to be a moral compass or anything of that nature. You are a pastor. You promote morality and your particular religion and the tenets of that religion. And now all of a sudden, the standard goes from Christ to Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, how much lower is that bar going to go? Like, they change the narrative and they lower the bar depending on the situation. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, so they're supposed, so basically, when they do something good, they're supposed to get credit, and you know they're supposed to be revered for being, men of God and all this other stuff. But then when they mess up, can't judge them. Oh well, Beyonce has a jet. Why can't so and so? Oh well, what did the owner of such and such team do for Houston? Why is it incumbent on Joel Osteen? Because Joel Osteen is a pastor. He has the space. And oh, by the way, he promotes a religion that says they're supposed to do stuff for other people. They're supposed to look out for their brother. I thought the church was supposed to benefit the people, not one person.
So let me get this straight. We've offended Chinese people or Asian people and probably white people, and now we're offending preachers that take money from people.
I mean, they should be offended. Like, honestly, I really do think
you're really on a roll here.
I am. I really do think that the government needs to tax these churches that get like it's obvious. It's not even like, okay, well, this person might be doing it. No, And I've actually had people say, like, well, I need to buy all this expensive stuff because nobody will listen to me. I need the money to appeal to people. How much money did Martin Luther King have? What kind of car did Martin Luther King drive? Explain it. What kind of car did Malcolm X drive? How much money did he have? But yet you remember them. Matter of fact, Muhammad Ali, when he went through what he went through, he was broke. Yeah, he was Muhammad Ali. And I'm not saying money is not a resource. But money should not move you. Money should not be it should not dictate your moves. Because the same money that you talking about you using for this and that, for this charity and that charity for church, is the same dollar bill that has some girl on her knees in some hotel room. Money has no moral code. Money has no standard. Money will have you do anything to gain more money. So money should not be your compass. Your compass should come from within you. So if you're going to sit there and tell me, oh, well, it was the money or this and that, like, whatever, dog, at that point you lost me. Because church to me was supposed to be more than that. It's supposed to be someplace where I can learn how to be a better person, not learn how to be like Jay-Z, not try to get a jet, not look for an excuse, not to be a millionaire, take advantage of the people that look up to me, and then use whatever is at my disposal as an excuse to not do or live up to the expectation I set for myself. So that's my rant. That's the. And you know what's funny? That is a far cry from the segment I wanted to do for this first segment.
We'll get to it.
Huh?
We'll get to it.
Eventually, one day. I got some meetings coming up this week, so that's kind of why I changed. Okay. Should I just tease it?
Is it?
Because I think it's hilarious. Because what I'm talking about now is such contrast to what I wanted to do.
Is it
initially.
what I mean, you can't. I have a little excerpt from Tyler Perry's wingding ass fucking.
Okay, well I'm gonna let you read that, but real quick, initially, and Buckeye City Soul's gonna laugh if he's still listening. Initially, I wanted like I said, the segment was set up to be, let's talk about anything other than sneakers, but let's structure it to where it's his own segment, right? Mm-hmm. And so initially, and I don't even know how I came across this, but I came across a list of like the top 20 porn parodies.
Uh-huh. Even funnier about that? So after you text me about that,
yeah.
Actually, after you called about it, that day, probably within 2 hours after that phone call happened,
yeah.
JD and Norm get in the van.
Yeah.
They put their podcast up, and they put it up like right after they record it.
Uh-huh.
And they mentioned porn parody titles.
Oh, they got a bug on me? I feel like they have a bug on our show since Dallas.
They mentioned that it was hilarious.
That was their reason for wanting to come over. Was to let's get the scoop on this guy's show.
It was. I texted him about it. I was like, so this is what we're about to do.
Oh man, because there was some good ones, man. I'm telling you, there was some good. Like real quick, like you've heard of Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
Well, there was like Saturday Night Beaver.
I saw it.
Like there was Home Alone. There was Bone Alone. But so that was initially where I was gonna go with this segment. However,
things change.
Yeah, it's in our attempt to be more family friendly, which I doubt we've accomplished this episode. I switched it over to that, and it's just it's just funny how things change and how you go from this to that. But anyway, go ahead and read whatever Tyler Perry,
I know that there's been some controversy about Joel Osteen and him not opening the doors of the church. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you something. Joel and Victoria are amazing people. There is no way that they would lock people out of the church and not let people in for shelter.
I mean, so you mean a millionaire is defending another millionaire?
There were some safety concerns. I spoke to them on the phone.
Oh, so
all made perfect sense to me.
Let me ask you this. So were those safety concerns, so nobody else faced those safety concerns? So those other mosques and those other businesses that opened the doors, they didn't face those same safety concerns?
So before you just run and judge somebody really quick, you need to know the whole circumstances.
I'm sure Tyler Perry has done his due diligence as far as investigating.
This $1 million, I'm breaking it up into quarters. I'm sending $250,000 to Lakewood to make sure they can get all the supplies that people need. I know that they will. I know for sure that they will because that's the kind of person he is.
Wait. So Joel Osteen is worth $40 million.
Yes.
But he needed Tyler Perry's $250,000 to make sure that they had enough. Like, what does that like? That is that's like giving gas money to like to Tom Gores. Like that's like Dan Gilbert asking me for gas money. It's like you're Dan Gilbert. Like you got how many millions? Do you really need my $30? Do you really need it? Like I swear this is oh man. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Thank you, Tyler Perry. Thank you, Tyler Perry. Like, thanks for Tyler Perry does what he normally does: contribute absolutely nothing to anything. Like, I swear. Like, you made a career out of dressing up in like women's clothes. Good for you. Good for you, Tyler Perry. More kudos to you. I'm not mad at you. You know, that's once again, that's what I'm talking about. Money. Mm-hmm. Like, I would like to think that I wouldn't have to wear a dress to make millions of dollars, but some people need that. You know, that's just me.
Do what you gotta do.
You know what? Maybe if I put a dress on the show, maybe we'd be a lot further ahead than we are.
When I said I was gonna do that, so you can't come in the studio.
Maybe if I, follow the Tyler Perry way of doing things, so we just dress up as an old black woman, whatever. Dude. I'm so over this.
Francis wear pants.
This week in stupid. I'm gonna do one story. There's one story of this week in stupid. This week in stupid. China. China has their own Yeezy store that sells fake Yeezys.
I love it. Next to the New Balance.
Surprise. I know it is right next to the. That is the funniest part. An article written by Felsen Sejonas for Hypebeast.com.
Is he one of the Jonas brothers? Oh,
Sejonas.
Sejonas.
And it's fitting that this story is written by Hypebeast. China has upped the level of fakery in fashion with its unofficial Yeezy store located in Wenzhou. The store even proudly displays the familiar logo of Kanye West brand in front of the outpost. Inside, there's an array of Yeezy Boost options to choose from with some never-before-seen colorways. That right there is a dead giveaway. Anytime somebody tells you these are never-before-seen, there's a reason for that because they're not real. Like, I've actually been on websites just looking at some of the fake Jordans. Mm-hmm. And like my favorites are the ones that like have the autograph stitched onto it. Like
so I've seen some fakes that look better than some of the shit that's come out.
Well, fakes have gotten better and Jordans have gotten worse. So I guess one day they're just gonna meet in the middle.
New Bunren.
But I find it funny though, like because the one website was like, not even Michael Jordan has seen this shoe, and I'm like,
I like it.
What Jordan has Jordan not seen that is gonna make his way to the retail shelf? Like once you say something like that, like it's just it's like the ultimate red flag. Like that's a red flag, and they're waving it in your face.
It's like it's the new age. I gotta connect in New York.
Yeah, I've had that. Real quick, I've had somebody at my job. He's a janitor at my job. He was like, because I wear my different shoes every day, and he was like, "Oh, I got some competition for you." And I'm like, "You're a janitor, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I doubt it." And so, not to be elitist, but it's like, yo, like, you're a janitor. Like, come on, stop it. So, and you older than me. So, anyway, he kept talking. He was like, "Yeah, I got some shoes straight from Nike, man. Like, they custom make my stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, once you say something like that, I'm definitely not listening to you. Matter of fact, he sold some shoes to other people in the plant. And somebody showed me like one of his Air Jordan 6s. Okay. And basically, I broke it down to him how I knew it was a fake. And it was so funny. Once I said the word fake, he went like all ballistic and got all upset and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I calmly sat there. And I was like, "Want me to tell you how I know they fake?" And I broke it down. Like, I was like, that particular colorway came out like 4 times. The ice blue, that Nike hasn't added the ice blue to the clear bottoms until like 2011-ish. So I'm like, and then like, because they had the Nike Air on the back, had the ice blue bottoms, and it had the same tint of infrared as the newer. I'm like, the newer version didn't have the Nike Air on the back. The only 2 pairs that had the Nike Air on the back was the 2001s and the 1991s, neither of which you don't have, because not in this condition, without the midsole crumbling or there being some yellowing or the air bubble being fogged out. And so I basically broke it down to him in a way that he couldn't argue with, and people just stopped buying. Like, the word, I mean, it's funny how word spreads or something like that, and like he has been shamed into like shutting down his resale business.
You did a lot more than I would have.
But no, I mean, because it was just like, dog, like, you really about to see, like, and he told me he knew somebody at Nike and they sent him custom shoes. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that somebody at Nike is just like, you know, this is a janitor in Michigan. I really got to make this shoe for her. I was like, no, that's not how it works at all. Like, I know people bigger than you that can't even get custom shoes like that.
And I mean, I don't know.
And you know, he tried to argue all day, and I'm just like, okay.
And just most shoes just come sample tagged. Anything like that, especially.
Yeah, I know. And it's all the same. So it's either like a 9 or 9.5, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
and I mean, I've gotten stuff out of that size range, and there's fucking sample tags all over them.
He's not getting them.
No.
I'm like they're not making their way to your house. Like that's. I doubt it.
In quality, and I mean, like JB has that one Jordan that was made for Jordan.
Yeah,
and it's amazing quality.
It's just funny. And it was funny because, like, I guess he had gotten away with his story because people don't know, you know, like, so he's talking to people that don't know.
No.
I'm like, you're talking to somebody who does know and is easy, like, and has the ability to validate, you know, what he's saying by, you know, showing you who he knows and who he talks to, and also by knowing what the fuck he's talking about. Anyway, going back to this China story. The store even proudly displays the familiar logo of Kanye West brand in front of the outpost. Inside, there's an array of Yeezy Boost options to choose from with some never-before-seen colorways. Sadly, they are all knockoffs and evidence that China is becoming more resourceful when it comes to counterfeits. This latest show of counterfeit and fakery follows an array of recent lawsuits in China regarding trademarks. This includes the recent Under Armour versus Uncle Martian case, the battle between Jordan Brand and Kodan Sports, and recently between New Balance and New Boom. Now that's new to me. Like,
yeah, I never heard of New. I'm tripping over here about New Bunrin. That's the store right next to the Yeezy store.
So that's supposed to be New Balance too.
Yeah,
I guess.
it says New Bunrin.
It's unsure whether the fake Yeezy store will face a trademark suit soon. I'm guessing. I mean, because that's the thing about trademarks. Like, the laws make it so that you have to defend it, otherwise you lose your, I guess, your rights to claim it in the future. So. I'm pretty sure Adidas is going to be. They're probably putting that together right now as we speak.
I love it.
Yeah, man, that's funny. That is hilarious. I mean, they're just so like brazen about it too. Like, usually when you sell fakes like that, it's kind of like low key. You're not trying to bring attention to yourself. They made a store with bright red Yeezy letters in front of the store. Like, get your fake Yeezys here.
It's China. I mean, there's been these crazy stories that have always come out of China. There's an entire like mall almost dedicated to just fake. It's a legit mall with stores in it, and it was
dedicated to fake stuff.
Yeah, and then there was that story I think like a year or two ago where there was a fake Apple store, and the employees thought they worked for Apple. Like, legit.
They even faked the employees up.
Yeah, like they legitimately, these employees legitimately thought they.
I'm actually impressed. Like, I'm more so impressed than upset.
So when they popped them in there and they shut them down, they interviewed people. They're like, "Yo, we thought we were working for Apple."
You know, I've been to that store in Shanghai, and it's impressive. It was in a huge, big open area, like a walking area, and they had a giant Apple logo up there.
Yeah, you see?
It was like the real deal.
To build out everything, the employees, yeah.
And the fakes they had were priced like they were the real deal. And
so what brought them down?
I think Apple filed suit and knew that they weren't selling product there.
Man, I mean, to go through such lengths, like if I'm the guy, like, because that's a lot of overhead.
Yeah, no, it was insane. Like, it looked like an Apple store.
Man,
it was, and they popped them, and they were like, "Oh," and like all the people were devastated. They're like, "What?"
Wow. So they're even faking the checks things. I would like to think that you would see a check or
that direct deposit.
Even then,
it was there's the fake Yeezy store, by the way.
And there's the fake New Balance store right next to it.
But that Apple store was insane, and it's China is
that's hilarious.
A bonkers place to begin with. It sounds like they like bootleg everything from like the food to the stores.
Yeah,
there's a part of China too that I think it's abandoned now. That's like a bootleg Paris.
What?
Yeah, there's like a fake. There's a fake town in China because you know China's fucking huge. And it's a town that looks like Paris, and there's an Eiffel Tower and everything. I think it's abandoned.
They got a fake Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Is
Deserted
it the same height?
Paris on. It's no, look, I think it might be smaller.
That's funny though.
If you Google Paris and China, you'll see it's just an abandoned town.
That is too funny.
And there's the Eiffel Tower and everything, and it's just abandoned.
You're making fake countries now. Like that's, I mean, honestly, I'm once again I'm impressed. Like I actually want to see how far this thing is gonna go. Like you make fake countries.
Yeah,
or fake cities.
Let's see if they can get it up there. It's,
Like,
it's
dude, that is
fucking bonkers, man.
They got a fake. That's the fake city of.
Yeah, it's in Paris. It's in China.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Wow, they went through. Really?
Yeah. Yep. And they have fake cities of Paris, London, and Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I don't know why fuck Wyoming is in there.
Jackson, Wyoming.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it's a whole town. Just it's deserted.
Maybe they got something. I don't know. Maybe we gotta go to Jackson.
Well, some people claim that it's set up so they can do practice invasions and things like that.
Oh, really?
That would make sense.
It's military based.
Oh, what?
I don't know why they'd be
That's
invading
eerie
Jackson
now.
Hole,
Like,
Wyoming, but
I went from being impressed to scared now. Like they will go through such lengths as building an entire fake city just to practice invading it.
Yeah. You got to be, how do you get to Carnegie Hall, Practice, practice, practice.
Man, that is spooky.
Or take the subway up to
I'm
48th
surprised
Street.
I'm surprised we even got those pictures then.
Oh, they're everywhere.
I know. I mean, who leaked it? I mean, obviously somebody leaked it from within, but still, I mean, if I'm that person, I'm scared.
I think they do tours of it. Like, I feel like I need to go there and like renew my vows.
I'm sure they probably have one of Detroit.
Oh, I guarantee you it'd be cheaper than going to actual Paris.
Fuck yeah.
And who would know? Other than the listeners of the show.
Hey, Caesar's wife, guess where he's taking you?
There you go.
I'm going to Paris. Like, why is everybody Asian? Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Beep the rice fields.
Oh God, there goes angry comment.
No,
number 6.
there's a picture of a rice field.
We should just do a countdown of how many angry comments we're gonna get. So we're at 6 right now.
There's rice fields around the Eiffel Tower. It's a real thing. I just looked at it.
The release dates brought to you by SneakerBarDetroit.com, the number one source of sneaker news and release dates. Saturday, September 2nd, you have the Air Jordan, or today. Today you have the
What
Air
day?
Today, the Air Jordan Retro 5 Dark Stucco. Once again, I'm not excited about that. Like, it was just like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I saw a couple people when we first got on, they were talking about it.
You got the Henderson Special Edition Adidas Collection.
Heavy.
The NMDs are going for $1,000. The Micro Pacer is going for $950. Excuse me. And then the Superstar is going for $900.
Cool, $3,000.
Easy.
Do it up.
You also have the Air Jordan Retro 5 GS Sunblush, the Nike PG1 Multicolor, the Nike Kobe AD Mid Rise, the Skepta Special Edition Nike Air Max 97 Ultra. You have 2 colorways of the New Balance 574 Sport, and that's Deep Sea Blue and Mountain Olive. You also have 3 colorways of the women's New Balance 574 Sport. That's Clay and Sand, Stone, and Wildflower. You also have the Adidas Munchin Oktoberfest, the Nike Air Force One logo pack.
Sorry, no, hold on.
It's pronounced Gordon.
It's Munich.
Oh, is it?
Damn.
Yeah, that's Munich.
I didn't even read that.
Munchin is something that you do after smoking a bowl.
Oh, man. The logo pack comes today. The Nike Air Force One logo pack.
Trash bags.
Yeah. Man, that's tacky. I don't know what's tackier. Those or the homage to home Air Jordan 1s.
Or the douchebag I saw wearing them with the all over Supreme LV denim hookup.
That's just too much, man.
That's
what
wild.
People that you can tell who knows how to dress, who doesn't.
It was like a fucking optical illusion.
Yeah, like somebody that wears all that does not know how to dress, and they just like, okay, well, this has print all over it somewhere with this.
I mean, his 40,000 plus followers liked it, so I'm sure you can find it on his YouTube channel.
Once again, you ain't gotta have taste no more. And then also today you have the Nike SB Dunk Elite Sail in Binary Blue. Monday, September 4th, you have the Nike Air Max 90 Ultra 2.0, the Dornbrecker Oregon. It comes in men, women's, and children, I believe.
Yeah.
Tuesday, September 5th, you have the New Balance. You have 2 colorways of the New Balance 574 Sport. You have the Mint and Burgundy. And then you also have the Tyshawn Jones Special Edition Adidas Pro Model Volk ADV. Thursday, September 7th, you have the Nike Women's Air Max 97 LX Silver Bullet, the Adidas EQT Cushion ADV Core Black, the Karl Lagerfeld Special Edition Vans Capsule
It's
Collection.
pronounced Gordon.
Lagerfeld, sorry.
Oh, Lagerfeld.
I'd like that collection until I saw that they were like platformed.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that is kind of suck. And then you also have the Nike SB Dunk Low Ishod Wear. Friday, September 8th, you have the Nike Air Foamposite Pro Island Green, the Pharrell Special Edition Adidas Tennis HU Solace Pack, the Nike Air Force One. Oh, let's scratch that out. The Adidas NMD R2 Raw Pink, the Adidas NMD City Sock 2 Trace Green, the Adidas NMD R1 Tactile Green, and the Nike LeBron 14 Low Dunkman. Saturday, September 9th, you have the Nike Flight Bonafide Cargo Khaki Gum, the Air Jordan Retro 1 High Flynet Band. That shoe is just abysmal. And to be honest, I mean, it's funny too because I see a lot of people that, have them try to like pump it up like, oh, these are such heat flames, and it's like, no.
I saw him.
No.
I saw him in person. I think like a month ago.
Like, don't let those flames. Don't let them go to waste. Throw those shoes right into them.
I saw him in person like a month ago, and I thought they were fake. Like,
it looks like something like it looks like you asked your grandmother for like Jordans, and she was either unable to afford them or just didn't want to pay the money for them, and so she just knitted you a pair.
Yeah, they're bad, man.
And like these are the same thing. Like, no, grandma, they're not. I'm gonna get laughed at school, but thanks. The Off-White Special Edition Nike the 10 collection, and I guess it's only gonna be like it's only gonna be 10. The collection is gonna be pretty huge, and I guess it's only gonna be certain shoes that get released on this day from that collection. Actually, and it's only gonna be released at the Nike Lab in New York, and the shoes that will be released in this iteration of the collection would be the Air Jordan 1, the Nike Blazer, the Nike Air Presto, the Nike Air Max 90, and the Nike Air Vapor Max.
People are losing their fucking minds.
None of those shoes are dope. So I mean, honestly,
the
good.
cheapest I saw that one, and people were asking for was like $3,000. That fucking Chuck Taylor, that's like disgustingly terrible.
Yeah.
The cheapest I saw was like $900.
Dude, I'm so straight on that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, honestly, like, I mean, and maybe I just don't know art, but like, you can't just hack shit up, throw your name on it, and then like, oh, that's art. Oh man, that's so beautiful. I see what he did there. No, that's just dumb. Like, that's not even. No, it's not good. Nothing in that pack. Like, there's a couple of just kind of like maybe, kind of. I can see myself, but overall, that pack is hot garbage, and I really don't understand the hype. But once again, you make something limited, people go crazy. Sneakerness Special Edition Asics Gel Live 5 Passport. That will be sold exclusively at Sneakerness Paris. And then you have the White Mountaineering Special Edition Adidas Original Fall Winter 2017 collection. Sunday, September 10th. You have the Nike Zoom Vapor RF Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. That is a European release only. And then the same shoe, the Sneakerness Special Edition Asics Gel Light 5 Passport, will be sold everywhere else, I guess. Anyway, still no word on official release dates for the Adidas Ultra Boost 4.0 Glow in the Dark, the Adidas NMD HU Trail NERD, the Neighborhood and Invincible Special Edition Adidas NMD, the Adidas Yeezy Boost Wave Runner 700 Tan Gray. I don't think it's any colorway that looks good other than the visible. The Adidas Yeezy Power Phase Grand Black. Those are two different shoes. The Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Red Night. The Nike Air Woven Boot is supposed to be making a comeback this fall. The Nike Women's Air Force One Low Particle Pink. The Nike Air Max 95 Essential Midnight Navy. The Nike Air Max 97 Atlantic Blue. The Nike Air Max 97 Premium Deep Pewter. The Nike Air Max 97 Ultra. Wait a minute. So there's just the regular 97, then it's the premium, and then it's now the ultra metallic pack.
They want all your money.
Yeah, they do. I'm telling you, they are going to get their money's worth on these Air Max 97s. The Nike Air Max, the Nike Air Force One 07 LV8 Low Black Amarillo. I'm actually proud of myself. I just wrote I was actually pretty good. The John Elliott Special Edition Nike Vandal High Collection, they're bringing that back out. The Undefeated Special Edition Air Max 97 White, jeez. The Jordan Spizike Gem Red, the Air Jordan Retro 12 Dark Gray, and the Air Jordan Retro 1 High OG Los Primeros.
Primeros.
Fuck, I was close.
It was close. I like that shoe too.
It's pronounced Gordon.
I might pass on those two.
I'm gonna go for it.
Like, not that I hate them. There's certain shoes I know I can't get away with, and I don't think I could pull that off. But anyway, stay tuned to SneakerBarDetroit.com for more sneaker news and release dates. White Ranger.
Wow. What a show. We've offended half the world.
Yeah.
And
well, at least we're
equal opportunity offenders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, let me
It's
just stop
pronounced
talking.
Gordon.
Yeah, like, have you had a stroke lately? What the fuck's going on up there?
Yeah,
I
what's going
feel
on with that?
dyslexic now. Like, oh yeah. Like the letters are just rearranging as I read it. Uh-oh.
Oh, I just had a little tweak that I had to do, if you know what I mean.
Hands up.
Yeah, that's it.
What, did I leave some cocaine over there?
I think it was something more under the counter is all I'm saying.
Oh. What's his name?
Okay, you gotta stop doing that because when he spews coffee drink out his nose all over my table, it ruins the value of the furniture. So,
But the crazy part is I hear that all the time. Like when somebody says something like that, and you would think I would be over it. Like it wouldn't be as funny anymore, but it is.
Oh, it's always funny.
It's like a good mama joke, you know?
Or a dead baby joke. Used to love those. What? What are you laughing about?
I'm just thinking of one. That's why.
Uh-huh. Well, I should get on to it, right? This is the Sneaker Box Podcast, Lady Sneakerheads of the Week, brought to you by Dee Dee Negron and her Kick It With Dee Dee 365 project. Francis, I'll call on you. Where would I find that if I were looking for it?
Instagram.
Yes, that's correct. Kick It With Dee Dee 365 on Instagram. Without the... I kind of slurred there. Sorry. I'm having
He
the
was
same
having a seizure
seizure or stroke
mid-sentence.
Right. So, first of all, first and foremost, got to send my love to the folks in Houston and my prayers. And you got to know that we're all over this country are praying for you. And we hope everything dries out there for you very soon.
Most definitely.
And with that, I have to send my first little shout out to the true love of my life. True love of my life, Victoria Osteen, because she's so caring and loving. Oh, I'm sorry. Now he's throwing up. What's
only if
the
you make
deal?
7 figures or up. But.
Oh, sorry. But let's get on to the real list. Got to send some shouts, a little bit of love to SGK23. And I will tell you, for the record, she is totally legal, but totally naughty. I'm going to send some shouts to Kurgtin. I think that's how you say it. Kurgtin with lots of N's and lots of love. I want to send a little shout, a little bit of love, and some hugs and kisses. Hugs and kisses to my girl, Charlene OX. Charlene Ox. Get it? Hugs and kisses? OX. Do I have to explain that to you?
No, I get it. I'm
You
not
get
sure
it.
if Francis gets it though.
Yeah, it didn't come in a...
He never got a love letter before.
Didn't come with a triple X all over it, so he didn't know what it was.
Exactly. 3 X's, yeah. He gets
3 X's and restraining orders are the only love letters.
It's either
I
gonna be
know.
moonshine or porn, like one of the two.
Right. Now, help me out. Is this? I couldn't tell by the picture, but I see that we have EV on the list.
Yeah.
Is that my regular little?
A lot of people always assume that I'm like very like
Oh no, that's
held
not
together,
her.
but like
Oh no, she's not a perverted little monkey. Never mind. Well, I'm gonna, since I wasn't used to seeing her at that angle, so I'll send some love to the new Evie, and you can be as perverted as you want to, baby. Oh yes, it's my island baby in the grass skirt, Gigi from Fiji. And I'll tell you, I was thinking I was going to win the lotto last week with that, hundreds of millions of dollars, and I was planning to buy an island in Fiji, and we could romp around there naked all day.
Oh man.
Nothing from Francis on that.
I think he's trying not to listen.
Yeah. He thinks we're talking about sports, so I think we're okay.
Oh, yeah, he's all ears then.
Yes.
Got to send a shout out to Lady Cream. That's Lady Cream with a K. Special K.
Like honestly, I would say this. Like as a sneakerhead, as a male sneakerhead, there's nothing hotter than a female sneakerhead. But like seeing her room, like this is all her stuff.
When did you see her room? I think those are fighting words.
No, I haven't seen it in person yet. But no, I haven't.
What?
I've never seen her room in person. But just, like this picture is just super dope to me though.
Yeah.
Like just.
You'll have to share sometime. Maybe she'll send me some pictures that are like, the good naughty ones.
Hey.
And when I say good naughty, you know what I mean. And last but not least, she's my sanctioned married lady encounter, Mrs. Mitchell, 23.
Maybe you could be her side piece.
I could, yeah. On both sides.
A side 20 piece.
Did I get a laugh out of you? I think I got a hearty guffaw out of Julian.
Oh yeah, shout out to Julian. He's our new intern, by the way.
So those are this week's Sneaker Box Podcast, Lady Sneakerheads of the Week, brought to you by Didi Negron and her Kiko Didi 360 Let me do that.
Oh my God! Like,
wow!
Did you catch what I have? Like, what?
might have been in Mrs. Mitchell 23's bedroom. I don't know.
Hey.
So
she gonna be Miss Mitchell pretty soon.
Right. Wait till Mr. Mitchell finds out.
Right. He hears this episode.
Those were this week's Sneaker Box Podcast, Lady Sneakerheads of the Week, brought to you by my love, Didi Negron and her Kiko Didi 365 project that I would find on Instagram.
Hey.
That's all I got. And next week, I will be doing a little Beer and Brett's tour. I'm going to be over in Deutschland. I'm getting my sheets laundered.
Okay.
And
I like it.
Yeah, and new haircut.
Hey.
And
all right.
Going over to say hi to the family, the clan.
Exactly. Yeah. With a K.
With a K. Yeah. The family name is Koo. So.
Oh, okay.
Middle name Clucks?
No.
So I will not be here, and I think that we're taking the week off
Yes.
for this next week. But the week after, we are
Okay.
going to be in Atlanta.
No, that's
Toronto.
That's the week. The week after that is going to be in Atlanta.
Oh, so we have a week back on.
Yes,
and then
Atlanta.
Then Atlanta.
Yep.
So I will see you. We will all see you in 2 weeks.
Sweet.
That's it, and I'll bring home a little Fraulein.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, not for you. I'm bringing it for me.
Bring me some of them brats.
Yeah, I'll stuff them in my pants to smuggle them back.
Those are the only one. That's the one I was talking about.
Gross.
And you're happily married, and I'm looking for Frauleins. Wow.
Oh man, I guess Prince is looking for a side piece too.
Yeah, I guess. That's
a side 20 piece.
As long as it comes with the fries,
exactly.
The wedges, potato wedges.
Yeah, he definitely wants some wedge.
With that, I am out.
God, how do we get there? We started off so promising. It was like, we're going to do a show about sneakers, and then we ended up talking about wedge.
And then you invited me on.
I know. It went to sharks are getting beaten off and all types of crazy stuff. Anyway, so we won't be on next week, but that gives you a chance to catch up because obviously episodes 137 and 138 haven't made it up to iTunes yet.
Nope. We're on top of the ball.
Oh, God, I got to talk to Alan about
I love
that.
us.
I'm so pissed off.
So
anyway, that
organized.
gives you a chance. Like, it was funny because I was going live on Instagram on my own channel, and some guy was like, "Yeah, man, I just got to episode 130."
Hey.
I'm like, way to catch up, like, way to stay on top of things.
They're there now.
They're there
now. His ears were burning probably.
Oh, he must be listening
They're
to
there.
it. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, because I guess so I don't put these up on social media or whatnot or iTunes. Shout out to our guy Alan. He does do a lot for us. But I guess we only have so much space to put up every month. And I guess we exceeded it. So anyway, he had to wait until yesterday or today to put them up since the beginning of September. So episodes 137 and 138 are now available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play. Anywhere you can listen to a podcast, you will find it. So you can catch up to that. 139 will be up later on this week. Yeah, but you can always watch us on YouTube, on Sneaker Party Trace channel. Like you're doing right now. You're already doing it. So anyway, shout outs. We got to shout out our sister shows, the Monday Mid-So, which, man, I'm going to say it anyway because it's hilarious. So I was talking to Buckeye last night.
Yeah, he did. Go ahead.
He said it already?
He mentioned something earlier, but go ahead.
No, breaking news, right? I'm breaking news of their show on our show, right? So he's talking about moving it from Mondays because Monday Night Football is about to be a thing now.
Is it?
Well, you're the sports fan.
I watch football. It doesn't need to be Monday for me to watch football. I'm fucking true to the bone. All right.
So
I don't need fucking Mondays to watch my football.
So he's talking about moving it to Tuesday, and I was like, "So what are you gonna call it? You can't call it the Monday midsole anymore." And he was like, "The Tuesday toe box," and I'm like, "Dude, I died laughing. Like, if I was driving, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
Camel toe?
I like it.
I would not be here, like at all. Like it was just like I was laughing so hard because it just sounded so funny to me. So heads up for that. Stay tuned to their show, and I guess they have more information as far as that is concerned. Also, too, shout out to the homie OG Sneakers, Bearded Jedi. I can't think of the other person that's on there, but they're gonna be. So you remember them from the Soul Food Sneaker Show? Mm-hmm. They are leaving that, and they're kind of revamping their show and calling it Talking Kicks. And so they should be coming back pretty soon. I think still on Wednesdays. Also, shout out to the Heat Hoarders, my favorite man. I'm telling you, like not only are they funny and they cool, but they always show us love anytime we out in California.
Yep.
Bay Area got Soul,
and they were loading
Dre,
up
Maul.
an entire semi. French on them, like a semi to take over to Houston.
Yeah, man. Shout out to those guys. Those guys are just good, man. I love those guys. We had so much fun when we see them. It's weird to know that I went to California twice in 1 year. Like, that's way too much.
Yeah,
and I actually like San Francisco more than I like LA.
I believe it.
Like, part of me wanted to believe it was a compliment, and then like midway through the thought, another thought came through. Like that wasn't a real compliment. Yeah, whatever.
Gay.
But shout out to those guys, and then also too shout out to the Sneaker Files podcast.
Starts September 13th.
September 13th. There you go. What time? 8 p.m. Right?
I didn't get that much.
I was about to say 8 a.m. Like
8
everybody's
a.m.
tuning in 8 o'clock in the morning. But no, Sneaker Files podcast. I think they also believe they also record. I think on Wednesdays now. Wednesdays and Thursdays. I believe at 8 p.m. So shout out to those guys, Eugene, Brookie Doo. Oh, also too, don't forget if you live in the San Antonio, Texas area, they got the Spurs Sneaker Jam. That is Sunday, September 10th.
Yep.
That is next Sunday.
Yep.
2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It will be at the AT&T Center, actually on the arena floor. Hopefully somebody from the Pistons are listening to this. Like, floor. Like, nobody wants to
Let's hope that they're not interrupted by housing people from Houston. Hopefully,
yeah,
it's
hopefully
far enough away that's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, not tickets are $15.
How far is San Antonio from Houston?
3.5 hours.
So yeah, they still could be.
Yeah, tickets are still available. Hit up Nathan, Norm. My bad, he's gonna fucking kill me when he hears that. Norm, N to the O, on Instagram. Hit him up for tickets. $15, you get a ticket to.
And I heard special guest Sir Mix-a-Lot will be showing up to perform his greatest hit.
Fingers crossed.
His greatest hit.
Fingers crossed.
Singular.
You got to just keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Prayers up.
Sir Mix-a-Lot's career gets one Rihanna. But no, but shout out to those guys. Get in the Van podcast, hilarious. So anyway, Jumpman was not able to make it today. I don't know why. I don't know what happened.
He's off in Toronto.
Oh, he's in Toronto right now.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Toronto so bad. Shout out to Matt Noodles. Hopefully they have a wrestling event there.
I hope so. I don't get my fucking
I
somersault
pray to God.
frog splash going.
Well, Ranger, you have to go to Toronto with us. That is going to be. If he has that wrestling event, it's gonna be dope. Like we went there last time. I went with some guy.
Who?
Last time.
Okay.
Forgot his name. Some guy.
They did it on the chat. Someone asked earlier, but
so what now?
Someone asked earlier about him.
About what?
Your
About
tag team
Voldemort?
partner.
What they asked? Where is he?
Yeah, pretty much.
He's hawking some t-shirts in the basement somewhere. Anyway, he hawks t-shirts like Joel Osteen hawks Christianity. Anyway. Jumpman's not here today, and so I guess
word.
You want me to? You want to do it?
I want to hear you do it.
Right. I gotta do it like Jumpman though.
There you go.
Today's word. It's not the load that breaks you down. It's the way you carry it. I'm Jumpman Bostic. I have a lot of shoes in my basement. 1,000 of them.
it looks nice over there. See, they got Mickey D, but do they have Taco Bell?
All right. So anyway, we won't be here next week. We'll be back the following week. This is episode 139, 11 away from 150. Woo! All right. So we are out. I am Africus.
I see commotion. Filler.
Oh yeah, 10. Okay, yeah, shit. 10. Is it
What?
really?
Yeah,
No.
we just finished episode 139, so we have 10 more episodes to 150.
Oh shit! So that'll put us at
No, it's still
February. Whenever
we
we get
just finished 139.
Yeah, but okay. So wait a minute. Let's count this out. Like 140, 141.
Start at 1.
I see the smoke
44,
burning.
45,
The wood
46,
burning.
4.
48.
Where's that calculator from earlier?
49. So no, it is 11. It's 11 to 150. Well, 150 will be the 11th show.
Okay, whatever.
And I'll pull out that calculator you had earlier. We was talking about Under Armour.
Carried 7.
But anyway, so we'll be back for that. Look forward to 150.
Well,
we are so happy with that. And hopefully I have some good news for you in the future in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right, so
That's something to do with that text message I sent you yesterday?
Yes.
Awesome.
So anyway, love you guys. Thanks for supporting us so far. We'll see you guys. We are out.
Peace.